Tonight, before you go to bed, make an inspection tour of your ice box. How's that Pabst Blue Ribbon supply holding out? Tomorrow morning when your dealer says, "What did you have?" say, "Pabst Blue Ribbon." What else?
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Hello Harem podcast. I'm your host, Alex Luby, and I'm joined, as always, by the horniest of homies to sail the seven seas, Mr. Anthony Luby and Luke Farnsworth, and we have a special edition of the Hello Harem podcast tonight. As you guys know, for the years that we've been doing this, we do the Hello Harem Anime of the Year Awards, and we're doing that tonight for you, going over everything that aired this year, put them in categories, and choosing the best one for the category. So it's that time of year. We're really excited. We did a lot of work to get this list together.
There's a lot of blood spilled.
A lot of blood, sweat, cum, and tears
Arguments.
went into this one.
We argued a lot. There's
Yeah.
a lot of blood spilled.
I didn't talk to Alex for 3 weeks.
Yeah.
I lost a leg.
Yeah. Luke's crippled now.
It came back, but I lost it for a couple days.
He was crippled. So, yeah, it's probably my favorite time of the year when it comes to the podcast because I love going over the recaps of the year.
Yeah, fuck. Like Christmas? No.
Christmas is lame. Overrated.
Reviewing the animes that we watched this year, that's a dub.
That makes us sound cool, right, guys?
Yeah.
Right? Everyone
Sweet.
at home, we sound really cool right now.
So it's that time of year. So in addition to just us rating these categories here, we also are giving you guys, the audience, the opportunity to cast your votes in the 2023 Hello Harem Anime Awards. So we'll have that up pretty soon. This episode will be in the description or next?
It depends on when the fuck I get it finished.
It depends when Anthony gets it finished. It could be sometime in January, too. I know we were talking
It'll
about
probably
it
be
earlier.
in January.
So you guys will have the option to vote, not when this episode airs, but in a couple. So you guys can do your own awards, and we'll tally the votes and see what wins between the audience.
Yeah. Sorry, I don't know where my brain was.
Luke
I
was
heard
staring
it.
into his tea.
I heard it all. Those words that came out of your mouth were in my ears.
Yeah, they did come out of my mouth.
Yeah.
Well, let's start.
No.
Let's get the stupid things out of the way, like Anime of the Week.
Well, now I don't even want to do it. You hurt my feelings.
Well, I'm curious what it is.
Are you? You want to listen to it?
Yeah.
Just like how I want to listen to Alina Sigmund sing country music.
Do you really?
No. She does do country music, though.
Is it
That
good?
sucks.
Her solo, no.
That
Her
sucks.
solo stuff is all country music. So imagine going from like 115 to some shitty country song.
I'm just going to stick with 115 for Abracadabra.
So my anime of the week is actually an isekai from this year, which I don't do many isekais for anime of the week. Even though
You really don't.
Even though I'm the isekai guy.
Yeah, you really don't.
I'm on my journey, still on it, grinding. This is called Farming Life in Another World, and I really got it because the art style is really good. Also, this character, Ruru Shiru, she's pretty base. She's a vampire. She's awesome. So our main guy, Hiraku, right there, him. I'm gonna just show the boys. You guys can look it up and you'll see the
That's
characters.
the farmer.
He's the farmer, so he was like sick and in bed for his whole life, and so he was just like ready to die because he wanted to he regrets not being able to do anything with his life. He was just stuck there.
Mm-hmm.
And what he did a lot was watch farming shows. And while he was in the hospital, he just watched farming shows. That's what they had on. So he's like, I would really like to have a laid back life as a farmer with an able body, and that's really what I would want. So when he died, some god's like, hey, you want to go to this road? He's like, yeah, put me in the middle of nowhere and just give me a healthy body. So he gives him a tool from the gods that literally gives him infinite life so he can never get sick and shit. And then dumps him in the most dangerous part of the whole world, and he just lives a peaceful life out there.
He doesn't fight or anything?
Not really.
He's a farmer.
He's a farmer.
He provides.
There are wolves that come in. These little fucking dumbasses.
Oh, they look kind of goofy.
Apparently, they're like one of the most dangerous beasts in the whole thing. He gives them a little food, and they become his pets. It's one of those where everything that is like over the top and goofy that could happen in isekai happens in it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, she's one of the most dangerous vampires. She's a angel and like one of the deadliest warriors of the angels or something. She comes to live with him because he's just a cool guy.
Because why not?
Who's that?
This?
Yeah.
Those are the elves.
I like the elves.
Let me see.
Those are the elves. They're elves.
Elves are epic.
The deadliest dragon to live on Earth.
She looks vicious.
Yeah, she likes him because he cooks for her, and so he makes good food. And her dad, that could easily level the entire country, likes him. So everyone else is like, should we be afraid of this guy? And
I
so,
know OP, but he's not
Oh,
really
shit,
OP.
fuck, you
Jesus
wanna grab
Christ.
that? That's
Jesus.
important.
Jesus.
I can't continue without it.
There's the ogres that come to live, the beast people that come to live with them. It's super serious and not goofy show at all. And it's kind of just a slice of life as an isekai, but with really goofy shit. What's up?
Yeah, I'll finish this first. I'll do it after.
So yeah, I mean that's just the show.
So what's farming life in another world?
Yeah, farming life in another.
I remember
world.
when this
Yeah,
aired. I
every
remember
time
that
I go
one.
on Live Chart, I see it. I'm like, that guy's farming.
And 7.57 on my anime.
Shit.
list.
That's high for an isekai.
I
That
give
sounds
it.
fun. That's like an East Guy I would totally watch.
Do you want to make a rating scale? Or you want me to just say it?
Well, we got to make a rating scale.
What's a food he likes to cook? Like, does he have?
What's he like to grow? Fuck cooking. He's a farmer.
Well, he cooks and it gets.
Oh,
fucking
that's another
dragons.
thing. He can just think of the plant and then he just puts the magic plow into the ground, the hoe into the ground, and it just plants it. So
How
he
many
can
John
make-
Deere tractors out of 10?
He doesn't use fucking John Deere.
No,
He's
he
a fucking
does it
John
all
Deere.
by hand.
How many John Deere tractors out of
Alex, we don't use
No.
John Deere here. They're a shit company.
No.
They're green tractors.
He
That's
did
fine.
build rice paddies. He also likes tomatoes.
Fuck.
Tomatoes aren't
Tomatoes
funny.
suck.
Tomatoes are gross.
Tomatoes suck.
Yeah,
First off, I'm
tomatoes
just saying
suck ass.
we don't like John Deere here though. I'm just gonna,
Husqvarna. Go Husqvarna.
what of Husqvarna? Just the company itself. I'm thinking,
How many Husqvarnas out of 10?
that makes no sense either. I'm gonna give it 8 Husqvarnas out of 10.
Husqvarnas.
That's a lot of Husqvarna.
That's a lot of Husqvarna.
I mean, you saw what it was rated on my anime list. I'm not
7.57.
I'm not out of bounds saying that.
Mm-mm.
I gotta add it to the list.
Oh yeah, farming life in another world.
Oh no,
That is kind of
damn.
something pretty interesting.
It sounds pretty awesome,
Sounds
actually. It
just
sounds
fun.
really awesome.
It reminds me of Loki, like killing slimes for 300 years.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
Pharmacist in another world.
Same vein, but look how pretty it looks too.
It does look good.
It looks
Yeah.
really pretty, and all the characters are really cool, and they're really
Is
fun.
the main guy likable?
Yeah, he's really likable.
Cool.
He is literally just a dude. It's not a spoiler. When he first meets the vampire, it's like a bunch of goofy shit happens, and then he just proposes to her right then and there.
He's epic.
Oh,
He's
to the
based.
vampire?
Yeah, he proposes to the vampire.
I would.
Nice.
So he kind of like deals with. Another thing is the elves are trying to keep their race going, but you know, elves are almost all female in all these shows.
Yeah.
So they want to copulate with him to continue their race. So they're always trying to get in his pants, and it's really funny. And he's just a dude about it. He's like, no, I'm married.
He's a stand-up guy.
Yeah.
He's a stand-up guy, but he's really likable. He's just
He's a
kind
wholesome
of
farmer with values.
he just kind of does things. When the dragons came over and started to like attack him, he almost killed one of them, and then was like, "I'm sorry, she was attacking me. I don't know what you want." Really cool guy. I liked him.
That one sounds fun. That one I might pick up, actually, at some point in my life.
Alex will never watch
We
it.
had to make him binge watch Onimai.
You didn't make me. We had the time to. and we
Would you have
did.
watched it if we didn't watch it that night?
Eventually, yeah.
Eventually. He would've got
How's
around
how's
to it.
Joshin coming, dude?
That show's 3 fucking seasons. It's not just a binge show.
Yeah, but it's different.
No, it's not. It's not different.
You know, we haven't made a pact in a while.
No, we haven't.
Before we do that, what I was laughing about earlier. So, this has nothing to do with anime. This has something that had to do maybe an hour ago. I took my dog Finn outside. You guys know Finn, great dog.
Yeah,
Great
he's-
dog, the best dog.
He's Doug.
Funny, stupid. And I was like, okay, buddy, let's go outside. So I was downstairs. I took Anthony's shoes. I guess I stepped in dog shit. 'cause
Oh,
it's all my
man. Come
shoe.
on.
I just realized it. So I'm going to take my shoes off and put them like,
I like that he said it's on my shoe, as he
Outside.
openly admitted he used your shoes.
yeah, I didn't even know. Like, no fucking idea it was there.
You stepped in the doo-doo with my shoes.
The thing is, Finn doesn't even shit in the yard.
But you did it somewhere.
So it's not his.
But it's still, at the end of the day,
It's some other mutt.
that doesn't matter whose it is. There's shit on the shoe. And there shouldn't be because I wasn't wearing my shoes.
It's there.
Do you see the problem?
It's funny
There.
that you did the best Doug, because when I was going to say I was en route, I almost said I'm on Rudy Giuliani.
Rudy.
I'm en
on
route
Rudy.
E. Giuliani.
I'm Rudy Giuliani.
Because we haven't done that in a while.
haven't
And
done
I
the
was
Rudy in a
like,
while.
that'd be really funny while I was in the
Rudy.
shower.
Rudy,
'cause-
I'm running 2024.
Because my shower thoughts are all fucking stupid.
I'm gonna
Rudy,
take- I'm
I wonder
gonna
what
take my
Rudy
right shoe
Giuliani
off
is
real
up
quick.
to.
I'm going to take my right shoe off real quick.
Don't just wear one shoe, just take them both off.
I had that as a shower thought, and then another thought was, I like that he just walks right in front
It
of
doesn't
me.
even. I can't smell it.
I can't smell it. That is.
Oh man,
Oh, that is for those at home, because we're a good podcast and we like to do a lot of visual things on it. That is all over the side of the bottom of the
you
shoe.
didn't just step in shit.
He-
You played in it.
It's aggressive.
Okay, guys, the feet are out.
Man,
Them dogs are barking
Dogs are barking.
Who let the?
for
Yeah,
free.
it's fucked. Like, I didn't even know. I saw, like, a smudge. I was like, what the fuck is that?
I thought. So my sister got me a new pair
How
of shoes
freeing
for
it is.
Christmas. What are these things called?
Hey
Called,
Dudes.
Hey dudes.
Oh, my dad loves Hey
They're
Dudes.
pretty.
He doesn't-
They're pretty comfortable.
Yeah,
He does
They're
not shut up about them.
But my sister got me a pair, and they have like a funny, kooky design on them. There's like cactus and some animals. I thought he was like, oh wow, that oxen looks pretty funny. No, you were laughing at dog shit on my shoe.
On your Nike.
I mean, those are the dead pairs, pretty much.
Yeah, my dad keeps bringing up how he wonders if I would like them, but it's not my type of shoe. I like the high tops for shoes,
You like
just
high-
I
personally.
like high tops.
I like these low cuts. But
Like these, because I don't know. I feel like my foot's secure in it, unlike a low
these
cut.
the laces are like elastic.
Yeah,
So
they,
you don't
like,
tie 'em?
They don't
Yeah.
lace.
It's comfortable.
like
I've never heard of them before.
Yeah, I didn't hear about them until my dad started buying them, and then he just does not shut up about them.
I mean, they're comfortable.
Which I get
They're
it. I
nice.
mean, you have something you like, and you're like, oh, hey, these are really nice. But I got it the first 40 times he told me,
Yeah.
and he doesn't stop. And then he'll get, like, we got him a pair for Christmas. And then he literally, for like the 90th time, asked me if I would like a pair. And I said, no, I do not want them still.
If I had to choose like these or Crocs, it's these any day.
I
can't
hate
do
Dude,
like,
I would
Crocs.
never wear Crocs.
so you
I
like
hate
I
Crocs.
guess like I think most people have a pair of shoe that's like they're quick put on so they can run outside real quick or something.
I have slides.
Slides. I never got into like slides or flip flops or Crocs or anything. I think these would be the one because usually it was the Nikes.
I only ever had slides for like the beach and shit. I never just.
Yeah, I had like
Oh,
flip flops.
some
I had
people
like
just, like, wear 'em
flip flops
around
at the
all the
beach.
time. That's
I know.
weird.
I never did that. I had them for a reason, and then I just owned them. So
It
now,
makes
like,
sense. Like if you need to run out to your car because you forget something, slip them on and go.
Yeah, I do that when I go to get my mail.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, hey, I better go get mail, and I just throw my slides on.
Yeah, like that makes sense. But that's like the only reason I would use them. I don't want to spend however much slides are.
People like wear them every day, like when they go out.
I know.
That's weird to
I
me.
don't like that.
With
Oh.
socks on.
Yeah,
Like
I
people
like
that wear
my
pajama
feet.
pants to the stores.
I could never.
I don't get how you do that.
I don't either.
Just going to the store, I feel like I want to shower before because I'm afraid that I'll smell bad.
Yeah.
I'm like, damn, dude. I
Like
stink.
if I go to the store after the gym, I feel bad because I'm wearing sweatpants.
Sometimes I'll go to the store after like the sauna.
Oh God, yeah.
Like I need to pick something up. I'm like, I'm already out. I'm just gonna go do it. And I'm like, dude, I probably like reek of sweat and just disgusting.
Yeah, it's not a great combo there.
No.
Let's get into the awards, the main event.
All right. Well, there are some things that need to be said before we do this. First and foremost, Free Reign is not on this list because the second core is coming out next year, and it's in my throat. The show is not done, so it isn't fair to put it in here. It's not finished. Second, this is in response to Crunchyroll mainly. They suck ass. So there are shows that appear in the Anime of the Year section that don't appear in other categories because they are in the Anime of the Year section. What we want to avoid is having one show sweep the board. We want to give a good shout to a bunch of different animes that came out this year, and we think a fair way to do it is by saying if it is in the Anime of the Year section, we try and limit it in other areas that it did do well, but we want to highlight other shows that also did well in those categories.
Like, it basically won those categories that it would be in.
Yeah.
It's like, I think we talked about what shows we were going to put in for Anime of the Year last week, so it's not much of a spoiler, but we have, like, Oshi no Ko in for Anime of the Year. It's not going to be in drama, romance, comedy. in all those because technically it won them because it's in
Anime
one
of
of the
year.
best of the shows, so it's already the best in all those.
Mm-hmm.
And-
So, go on.
I was also going to say, we also limited what we put in Anime of the Year to strictly shows that all three of us saw. So, like, as much as we might have wanted to put Eminence or anything of that in there, we didn't because all three of us didn't see it. It's not a fair rating at that point.
So the main goal of our anime awards is to highlight shows that deserve to be highlighted that don't get highlighted by Crunchyroll awards and things that get overlooked. So we want to give everything a fair shot here. So that's kind of why we broke things down the way we did.
We want to circle jerk the shows we like.
Essentially,
Yeah.
yeah, that's really it.
Yohane the Parhelion.
Anime of the Year and every category. It is the Capybara-san. That is still my favorite bit I've ever done.
You just threw in Capybara-san.
It was funny. I laughed.
It was awesome.
I laughed hard.
So how many categories do we have total?
Oh, 19 including Anime of the Year, so 18 without it.
So we got 19 categories to go through tonight.
And the list of shows that we all watched this year, or at least two of us watched, was like 65?
64.
64
It tied
shows?
last year.
Did it really?
Yeah, last
Wow.
year we also had 64 shows that at least two of us watched.
Wow.
I
That's
keep mine
crazy.
pretty consistent. I like to do between 12 and 15 per season, typically, is what I do.
If the show looks like it'd be fun, I add it, and then I watch it, and then I'm like, oh, I'll drop it, and then I never do.
Yeah, that's the thing. I'm like, oh,
Because
this
I'm
sucks.
an irresponsible adult
Yeah.
and don't have time management skills.
Yeah. So without further ado, let's start it off. We'll just do it by whoever has that category.
That's how we did it last time.
Can we zoom in a little bit? My vision ain't what it used to be, even with these damned contacts.
You are not
Jesus
70.
Christ.
You are not 70.
Geriatric over here.
I mean, you
We're
guys are
getting
doing
there.
scratchers, so you might be 70. Never mind. I take back what I said. Why don't you guys go to hit Kino up tonight?
Look, we did the scratchers because there's this game Kyle plays every year for Christmas called Left, Right, Center. So that everybody gets
Oh,
three,
yeah.
and you just pass them around, and whoever gets the pot gets them. So I won $6. I increased my chances of winning more money by putting it back into the Ohio lottery.
By reinvesting into gambling.
Yeah, I didn't win anything back, so I just blew $6 on fucking lotto tickets.
I think $16.
But it was free. I
No,
didn't pay for it.
I won 13 from my pot, and I lost 11.
Yeah.
So I got 2 back, so I can reinvest for 2.
But next time, I swear, I'm coming out strong.
But when you think about it, it's money that you didn't have.
Exactly.
Yeah,
So you never had that money that you lost.
yeah. And I didn't buy the 50 original ones.
That's boy math.
Yeah. So really, I'm winning.
At the end of the day, you gained $2.
I'm up. I could have gained 13, but I
Big
decided to get greedy.
But you didn't lose any. You just didn't
Right.
gain.
Yeah.
It's just like deal or no deal.
Yeah,
Let's
it is.
get into it.
Yeah, let's
Yeah,
do it,
just-
man.
This is going to be a long episode.
It is. Whoever had the category is going to explain the category. So I had best OP of the season. There were
Year.
5 shows of the year. Holy shit.
Holy shit, that's
Yeah,
more than
man.
one. That's like 4 seasons.
1, 2, 4.
Winter, summer.
Every category has 5 shows in it, and then there's some honorable mentions that we felt should go in there, but didn't make the original list that we can vote on. So, best OP of the year. Oshinoko, Idol by Yoasobi. Onimai, Eden Taite Meltdown. Hell's Paradise, Work by Millennium Parade and Shina Ringo. Urusei Yatsura, I Wanna Machu, Maison des, Asami, and Suri. Yohana the Parhelion, Sunshine in the Mirror, by Genjitsu, the song is Genjitsu Mysterium by Aquars.
Holy fuck,
With
dude.
the honorable mentions being Vexations of a Vampire Princess, Red Liberation by Fripside, and Heavenly Delusion, Innocent Arrogance by Bish.
That's right, Bish.
Bish.
We're already starting off really tough.
I know, because naturally my mind goes to Love Live. Right?
Yeah, yeah.
It's just like It's like how humans see the color red and they're attracted to it. That's how I see Love Live.
It's like
I see
bulls
it.
when they see the color
Yeah.
red.
I just see it and I get aggressive.
I'm going to be honest. I'm going to just come out and say my answer right away. It's Yohane because when they announced the OP for it, I binged it for like 3 days straight. Because it was new Aquars. It was new for the show. I was so excited that I ended up listening to it a lot. And it's just the song that I go to. Idol is my second choice, though.
I think I'm going to kind of base it the same way. Like when I first heard the OP for the first time for all of these, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yohane was the one I was like, yo, this rips hard as fuck. I mean, Idol was too.
It's
But
like
I
the
wasn't-
hardest Aqua song.
I wasn't expecting Aquars to go that crazy.
Yeah, especially for the show it was. You wouldn't expect it.
Yeah, dude.
Like,
That's the best Aquar song.
When Ruby became a motorcycle, I did not expect this to be the
When
OP.
Ruby came out in the motorcycle.
So that's where my vote
this one's
goes.
tough. And what I also really loved was Onimai.
Only
When
Why-
the voice actors sing it, it's pretty epic.
Yeah.
the reason I didn't choose Onimai is because it didn't give me that wow factor right off rip. I had to go back and
Oh,
listen
I see
to it,
what
and
you
I'm
mean,
like,
yeah.
oh, like this is actually really, really good.
Mhm.
That's kind of where I'm basing mine off of.
Yeah.
Even though, like, as soon as I knew Yoasobi was doing the Oshinoko OP, I was like, this is going to rip no matter what, and I'm going to have to listen to it.
Yeah.
And it did. I think it was like the most popular song in Japan for a while.
Idol.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
fucking huge.
It literally took over.
They make amazing music.
Yeah.
Yoasobi is a fantastic artist.
God, I'm so torn.
So we got Yohane the Parhelion, Yohane the Parhelion, and Tippy. What are you?
I mean, it doesn't really matter what you choose 'cause it's
Yeah,
already 2 to 3,
yeah.
but I kind of want to know your
But you
answer.
deserve a vote. Like,
I want to know your answer. Is it so even that if we flipped a coin, you wouldn't be mad which one won?
is it between Idol and
Yeah.
Yohane?
Yeah.
Is it so close that if we flipped a coin, you wouldn't be mad? If that's how you determined which one you voted for? Or-
Yes, but I want my full determination to be one of them, you know. I feel like I owe it to Ruby.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, if we flipped a coin, let's say we flipped a coin and it was Idol,
I wouldn't be mad.
would you make
Would
any
you be,
arguments?
would you be hesitant?
Would you be hesitant of accepting that as your final result, or would that be an okay final result for you? If you're hesitant, then it's Yohane. If you're not
I'm going
hesitant,
Yohane.
it's-
I'm going
I sense
Yohane
some
too.
hesitancy.
It smacked.
'Cause
It like
usually-
smacked the balls, you know.
So we're gonna mark this. I can't reach. Can you type Shift W? And then
Jesus,
Shift I N.
you could just caps lock.
winner.
There we go.
There's this amazing
Well,
invention.
maybe we should highlight it too, so you can see it.
How do we make this take the longest they possibly
we'll find
could?
it. We'll find it later.
So next is the best ED. This was a category that's really hard to do every single goddamn year. I think you did it
Yeah.
last year, right, Thor?
I think so.
It's so hard because most EDs suck. Actually, last year was not that bad for you, right?
Still, most are kind of forgettable.
It's hard getting up to 5, which was our goal. Anime of the Year is the only one that has a shit ton of options.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I had from 100 Girlfriends, Sweet Sign by Nako Misaki. From Vexations of a Shut-In Vampire Princess, I had Nemure Nai by Miminari. Family Circumstances of the Irregular Witch, something like that.
The regular witch.
Welcome by Angela. 2Q Crisis was Nyambari de Mofi by Dialogue. And then Magical Destroyers, Gospelian, and a classic love, The 13th Tailor. Honorable mentions, I had the D4DJ ED, which was Around and Around by Happy Around. Duke of Death, which is Hoshikuzu Requiem by Nasuo. And then Onimai. Himegoto Cry Sisters by the Onimai Sisters.
Only my back-to-back. OP
Yeah.
and ED.
Hey man. Can't hate.
No, only my
Appreciate.
crazy.
Why is my watch dying? I don't care.
All right, we'll start with Tippy.
Mine's a lot more easier for this one. Like, there's 2 that were like really fucking good for me.
Yeah.
But like one really stands out. I'm going with 100 Girlfriends. But my other one is Vexations because it makes me feel eepy.
It gives me the Sleepy Princess vibe.
Yeah, and I really like the soft kind of voice.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going 100 Girlfriends though.
Give us thoughts. Go on. Take as much time as you need.
It's between 100 Girlfriends and Vexations. I think what helped with 100 Girlfriends, well, it was just a jam. Like Luke said, you can just watch it. I would watch it. Like, typically I'll just shut it off before an ED. I'm like, all right, next episode. But I would let the ED play a little bit so I could watch Hakari vibe to the song. I'm like,
with her
goes
little
crazy.
What's his name plushie.
Yeah, they're
and
just-
then
Oh
he's-
yeah,
jamming.
Rentaro.
Yeah,
like
the
the-
Rentaro plushie, and he
Yeah.
was all over. He was the
Yeah.
real plush dude. He was vibing, dude.
I also did the same thing with Vexations. I just wanted to hear the SOS.
Mhm.
And I was like, okay, that's cool. That's great. This is... I think I'm going to go with Vexations on this one.
No, I have to be a tiebreaker.
Yeah,
dude.
you have to
Ooh.
This
decide.
sucks.
What if Luke comes out and says Magical Destroyers? Then we're really fucked.
Yeah.
I mean, last year we had a 3-way tie that we just never went back to. We could
We're
go back.
resolving this year.
I was supposed to, we can go back and resolve it after this.
That'd be fun. If we finish a little early, we should go back to it and resolve it.
That's true. All right, so since I chose it, one of them I just did because it's funny, and that's Too Cute Crisis. So I didn't even. I was like,
Yambori
that's-
Demofi?
Yeah, dude. Because it made me think of all the pictures of the fucking dogs and
Yeah.
Yeah.
run bunnies and shit. That was like
That
one of
was
my
like
favorite
the
parts of their
animal week.
show. I was like, I get to see all these dope ass animals. Magical Destroyers I like because it's weird, and you don't really hear music the way that song goes. It's just strange all around.
Mhm.
So the top three are 100 Girlfriends, Vexations, and Family Circumstances. Because I always wanted to listen to at least the start of Family Circumstances because it's fun.
It reminded
Yeah,
me
it's
of a circus.
like a circus.
Yeah,
kind
it's
of.
fun.
I
It's
liked
really
it.
fun. But so then it comes down to 100 Girlfriends and Vexations, which is how all of us were
Yeah.
for very good reason. I'm gonna give it to 100 Girlfriends solely because the very first episode I accidentally watched the whole ED because I was like, let me just hear what it is, and then I just watched the whole thing by accident.
You get like engulfed
He
with
got,
it.
he got stuck in the vibe.
You get stuck in the vibe and the animation at the end.
The animation is
Like the
great.
whole animation plus the vibe of the song, I got stuck.
Yeah.
And I didn't even
Like,
realize I
the
watched
little
the
part
whole
that
ED.
goes like do 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 do.
The first fucking notes that hit, and Hakari's vibe in
And
there.
it just well throughout the whole song, it's like that's the thing. I'm like, this is awesome. You know, gives me a really nostalgic vibe for some reason, and I fuck with it really hard.
I think I just have to take in all of the factors for both EDs because I love the Vexations one too.
It
It's
is really
so
good.
good.
That's definitely my like number 2 without a doubt.
And I love the animation in the ED for the
Mm-hmm.
Vexations as well. But I got to give it to 100 Girlfriends, man.
Mm-hmm.
I got entranced.
Yeah.
They got me.
he got
Yeah, they did.
stuck in
They
the
they
vibe.
they did it to me. Did me
So,
dirty.
100 Girlfriends for best ED of the year. Tip hit W. E-R. I
Winner.
cannot
How do
reach
we-
that far.
Imagine if we had to highlight it every time too. How long this
Yeah, that
would
would
take.
suck.
Yeah.
We'll go back and highlight it later.
All right, for our next category, we have best score. This one was really hard because I was explaining to Luke earlier. A lot of times, like sometimes I'll listen to it and sometimes I won't. So I can't. Going back through so many shows and listening to the score took a lot of time, and some of them don't really have like any score. Some like they,
There's like background music.
yeah, but like score wise, like it was really hard to find.
Yeah. When
So-
I did best score that one time, I actually just went to random episodes and just listened.
That's what
halfway
I did.
through And
Yeah.
was just like, here's the background music
Yeah,
for this.
and I like typed in the show's OST to see if something came up. Some of them didn't.
Yeah.
But number 1 is Vexations of the Shut-In Vampire Princess, Mobile Suit Gundam Witch from Mercury, Demon Slayer Swordsmith Village, Hell's Paradise, Dark Gathering, and our honorable mentions were Jujutsu Kaisen and Skippin' Loafer. So the ones I like really remember, especially because we just watched it, was Vexations. That one was pretty good, especially during the fight scenes. I always kind of took note that it was playing. I really liked Demon Slayers.
Demon Slayer usually.
Demon Slayer stuck out a lot, and Mobile Suit Gundam was really good too. Those, at least Demon Slayer and Gundam were like, for me, two of the highest.
I'm trying to think back to like when I was
See, it's
watching
hard.
the show.
It's
Like,
hard.
to me, I'm like, because typically I really don't pay too much attention to the score when I'm watching
Yeah.
it. But there are times where I hear something I'm like, oh, I like that. That's sticking out to me. I'm trying to think about like when I watch these shows if that happened.
That's why I like to keep this category in, because there are definitely shows throughout the year where we definitely point out, like, hey, did
Yeah.
you hear like the
Yeah.
backgrounds in this show and things?
This one, it's super tough, man.
And that's where it's hard. They can't all be Made in Abyss.
No,
That's
and that's
true.
the thing.
They
Like
cannot.
I was thinking last year, I'm like, man, Made in Abyss just
It was
would've
easy.
swept house.
It was
You
so
could have put
easy.
bullshit for everything else and Made in Abyss. There's no.
Yeah, you
chance.
could
No
have just
contest.
put Capybara-san for the
Yeah,
rest of
there's
them,
no chance.
because it didn't matter.
Like this season was a lot, or this year was a lot tougher, because there were shows with
One
good OSTs, but like there was nothing that was like the cream of the crop.
rise to the top.
I'm gonna get rid of Dark Gathering, not because I bitched about it a lot this year, but because the only song that really sticks out in my mind is the OP was really good.
The OP's really
the OP's
good.
awesome.
Other than that, no other like songs
Yeah,
in it really stuck out to me.
Mm-hmm.
like giving credit where credit's due, it doesn't stick out much, even for Dark Gathering in general, where sound design would be the most important part of the show.
Hell's Paradise, when I listened to it, was good, but it wasn't great.
It's
like-
another one that I just don't remember because it just didn't stand out enough.
I think for me, if I had to choose, I would go Gundam.
I think I was also gonna go Gundam.
I was actually also going to go Gundam.
Really?
Yeah.
Demon Slayer is a really close second, though. I really did like the OSTs for Demon Slayer. I went back and
Musical
listened to
design
them.
in all of the Demon Slayers is really good.
It
though.
is.
It
They,
is.
they
They
do
kill it with
really
the
good with
music.
Demon Slayer. Any sound design in that whole show is fucking great.
I mean, it's ufotable. They made unlimited budget works.
Yeah.
They've got.
They don't fuck around.
Yeah.
They don't
So,
care how much money
Mobile
it
Suit
costs.
Gundam, Witch from Mercury, best score.
Let's do the process. Click space WINN winner.
I hope everyone at home is having as much fun as I am watching this
All right,
fiesta.
Luke.
So next is the best continuing series. This one was a lot harder than I thought it would be because
This would be tough.
there were not a lot of continuing series that stood out enough for me to go, I should throw that in.
Mm-hmm.
So I had Jobless Reincarnation, which I guess another preface, we do have Jobless in here because part 1 did come out and it got separated as part 2, but we consider those two separate parts when we do our awards.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like Free Ren, which is 24 episodes, 2 core. So that's why we don't include it. I feel like I explained that right.
Yeah,
I think it gets the job done.
So we had Jobless Reincarnation, we had Danmachi Season 4, Shield Hero Season 3, Duke of Death Season 2, and Spy Family Season 2. My honorable mentions, I threw D4DJ in because it was amazing. Bofuri Season 2 because who doesn't want to see more Maple?
It was fun.
And then Masamune-kun's Revenge Season 2 because it was a very good end to the series. But
Yeah. One thing I want to point out about Masamune-kun's Revenge, it like blew me away in comparison to the first season.
oh yeah, it's so much better.
Like, it was so much better than the first season.
I think we talked about that when it aired.
Yeah,
You guys
Like-
were talking about that.
it was so much better. It was a really, really good season.
The first season kind of annoying at some
It
points.
kind of
Didn't
was.
you say the one girl was such an asshole?
She is, and even the second one, she's still kind of a bitch. But it gives you more with it to work with than just I'm mean,
Yeah,
and that being the whole thing.
it explains a lot, but like I think it still deserves to be honorable mention because the first part of the season just didn't hold up.
Right, and so for best continuing, you have to consider the whole.
Consider
thing.
both. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, while this season of Shield Hero was really good, but if we are taking into consideration continuing series, season 2 did not hold up. It just did not. It fell flat as fuck. No one wanted to watch the Spirit Turtle at all. But season 3 for Shield Hero was a lot better this year, and I really enjoyed actually watching it.
Yeah.
I was kind of nervous. I was like, oh, it's Shield Hero.
You also have to
boring.
take into consider season 1 with this as well.
Yeah.
Season 1
There's-
was great.
There's 3 total scenes you have to
But
take
my
into consider.
issue with the Shield Hero, the 3 seasons are like season 2 was just so bad. I can't like state that enough. It was
I'm
really
not disagreeing.
I know. I'm
at
just
all.
so I guess what I'm doing is I'm kind of taking the whole series as a whole.
Yeah, you should.
Season 2 was hard to get through. It was extremely difficult to get
It was
through.
like a U.
The fun part is discussing and going into depth your decision
Yeah.
making.
So I think for that reason I have to get rid of Shield Hero. Although season 3 was again really fucking good this year.
Mm-hmm.
I just think of the message I got when you're like, it's a fucking giraffe.
That is funny.
It's so
It was-
funny.
There were some anthropomorphic animals and people, and then there were just animals that were standing on two legs, like it was a whole ass giraffe. Just
There's
there.
just moles.
Yeah, there were. I don't.
The fucking armadillo and the other one.
Yeah.
I don't know.
They were there and they were having a good time, but
I agree with your thought process. I'm just, playing devil's advocate with a lot of it because I want more. I want to know, make sure,
yeah.
It's a serious decision.
So for that reason, I'm gonna discount Shield Hero. Duke of Death was. I love that show. I love it a lot.
Mm-hmm.
It's a good show.
It's really difficult with a show like Duke and Death and then comparing it to something like Don Machi or Jobless, because they're so different and they're good in their own ways. Man, this is actually really fucking hard.
You got an answer, Alex?
I do, yeah.
I actually do as well.
Yeah, I do.
Which one are you going with?
So, I want to give credit to Don Machi. It did the same kind of thing as Shield Hero, where the season prior to it, I just didn't think was great, but it came out like guns a-blazing. I really enjoyed this season of Don Machi, and I'm really it made me look forward to what's to come, but that's not my answer. I also want to shout out Spy Family. They put a really cool arc in there that I thought was super fun. The whole cruise ship where they did Slice of Life, they did a whole arc, and then it kind of went back to fun Slice of Life stuff. But my crown goes to Duke of Death because every single episode from the very first one to the latest in the newest season was a peach and a half. There was nothing I can complain about in that show. That show turned my opinion into 3D animation differently. I just fucking love it. And we're getting way more sauce with the second season. We're getting in depth into the story, but we still got a lot of wholesome Alice and Bochan.
We got Dallas.
Dallas is a
Dallas
fucking
showed up.
certified baddie.
Dallas showed up. Her squad showed
Her
up.
squad
crazy.
is awesome.
Her sister's a bitch.
Her sister sucks.
I'm giving it to Duke of Death. It was just that was the show I was so excited to watch.
I know my answer is different, so I'm going to give it, and then we can have Thorpe have the fun of choosing what he
All right.
wants.
I think I've decided.
I'm dead ass going Don Machi,
Yeah.
season 4.
Oh.
I think it's a good one. I think that's fair.
I have too much of a high opinion of the series in general. It's one of the first shows I actually watched full through and through when I started anime. So I have this huge nostalgia factor for it. Every episode I enjoyed thoroughly, even from season 1 up until now. I don't think there's a single episode that I've disliked of the show. And so, given that with how much growth you get of the characters this season and just interactions in general, I got to give it.
I think it's fair.
Boys, we're gonna have a three-way tie here. I'm gonna say Jobless because after you said the stuff about Duke, like every episode I was watching, I was like, "Oh fuck, that was good. It was really good. Where are we going next? What's gonna happen?" And then Shilfi,
She's amazing.
man,
Absolutely amazing. The only reason I didn't go with Jobless is because we both made the point that we watched an entire half of a season about a kid trying to not have ED. And I was like, now that I think about it, maybe that's not really worth me saying best continuing series.
but he had to overcome his limp dick.
He should have just had a blue chew.
He couldn't. Like the god wouldn't let him get hard.
No, it was him mentally.
Well, the god
Oh,
told
it was
him.
And the
all in his
god
head.
wouldn't give him his Viagra. It's not just that, but there were just the overall plot to Jobless was lacking because it's a part 1, and that's why I didn't.
I can kind of agree because we stayed in like the school area pretty much the whole time.
Yeah,
Almost.
In the beginning, Rudy was just kind of an annoying loser. Like, he kind of was just pissing me off for the most part in the beginning.
I get it, but I'm still gonna go jobless because every week I was like, it's fucking jobless day. And
Yeah, I'm not.
Is that on Sundays?
Yes.
I'm like, it's jobless Sunday. But Duke and Death, I was like, it's Duke and Death Saturday. It was Don Machi on Fridays.
Yeah.
Man, that whole weekend. I think those were different seasons, but weekends banged.
Weekends
Crazy.
bang every single
weekends always
goddamn
go
season.
hard.
We get Free Run Fridays and we had Vexation Saturdays. Like, how do you...
And we got 100 Girlfriends Sundays.
Sundays.
How do you one up the weekend of last season? You can't. It's impossible. Unless Hokkaido gals are super cute, comes out on the weekend, then we're
Have to
fucked.
see.
Then we're fucked.
See what's all about those Hokkaido gals.
I
All
love
right.
Hokkaido gals.
Is this resolvable?
I don't know.
Because one of the shows that I picked, Alex didn't even watch, so he can't say anything.
Yeah, that's
We
that's
both
his
watched.
problem.
Everyone watched Don Machi, and everyone watched Duke.
The
of
reason
Death.
I didn't choose Danmachi is because, like, I thought the new season was fucking awesome, but there were some parts where I was just kind of bored. Like, they were in the dungeon the entire season,
which
which is cool.
Which
but
is,
I know.
the point of the show, though.
yeah, I
and
know.
That's where it's,
Yeah, I know that, but like, it was the whole fucking show.
I'm not saying
Like,
to
there
be
was
an ass.
no-
I'm saying, like, when it comes to what you think about the point of the show being, there, it's supposed to be
Yeah.
the dungeon the whole time.
Yeah, I know that. It was just it got really, not really, but it got a little tiring at points.
I think I'm just like a little worn out from the main monster, the crazy fucking one. It goes bananas.
Oh, the screamy dumbass, whatever the fuck
Yeah,
it
like
was
the
called.
pterodactyl looking
Yeah.
lizard. He's cool. Like, he's cool as fuck, and I was excited to be like, oh, dude, he's finally here because it's been hyped up. And I wasn't disappointed. I think I'm just kind of being on the same track for a while kind of made me mild,
I just-
not lose interest.
I
And
just wanted some change.
and I'm not
That's
saying
it.
it's like bad at all. And I was like, man, this is boring because I didn't think that. In terms of, like, I guess freshness, I might change my answer to Duke. Because, man, when we found out that, can we say spoilers?
It's anime of the year. I feel like if people are going to worry about it, then they would have
Yeah.
already watched. Especially Duke of Death. It came out in like the winter.
Yeah, that was an
Okay.
early show.
It's almost a year now. That's
So
out.
when we found out that, when we got Dalith, and we found out she's kind of a tsundere, and Alice's mom is still alive, I'm like, fuck.
Remember the first time you saw she took off her skull mask?
Yeah, it was crazy.
And she's
But, like,
all, she's
those
all,
same
like,
moments,
nervous. She's all like nervous in the mirror, but she's actually really cute.
those same moments were in Don Machi too, though.
Oh, yeah,
Like, the
100%.
epic, like, oh fuck.
Yeah, it's a tough one, man. But I'm still sticking to Duke.
I'm going to wholeheartedly say I'm not changing my answer.
I'm not either.
I think I'll go Duke, just because ED reincarnation. It was great, but he couldn't get hard.
That was the whole season.
It really was.
I wanted to put it because I was the same way. I was excited every single fucking week for a new episode of Jobless, but it's like you look at the big picture of the whole season, you're like, what?
We would text the chat like, bro, Rudy got hard today.
When he found out Sophie was Sophie, that's when I was like, that's it.
That was
Did
that was
he get
epic.
hard like regular or like Gojo in the Love Hotel hard?
He just couldn't.
Like, dude, I won't even forget it. I just don't even want to say it. It was just it's burned
Yeah.
in my head how fast that thing did the thing. Like,
He couldn't get hard. It
instantaneous.
wasn't an instantaneous. It was like, oh, hey, I finally was able to get hard again. And then he had sex, and that was how the season ended. We watched an entire season of a 14-year-old try to get hard and have sex. And I enjoyed every minute of it.
Right.
So Duke with best
Dude.
continuing series.
I didn't think that would be the one that we had a long discussion for.
I didn't
kinda
either.
didn't
I
either.
thought that wouldn't be pretty
It was
tough
like
to
looking
write.
back at it, I'm like, okay, wait, like these are all really good.
Or-
W.
I have it.
INN.
Winner.
All right.
Here we go.
So this is best new series.
This one's gonna fucking suck.
We have Heavenly Delusion, Insomniacs After School, Onimai, Tomo-chan is a Girl, and Helk, with an honorable mention of Dangers in My Heart. This is fucking hard.
I hate my life sometimes, man. I'll tell you what.
This one sucks because it depends on my mood. Hardcore because of how different these shows are.
Yeah, like you go from Heavenly Delusion
To Oni.
fucking Onima. Yeah,
It's a total mood based one. Like if I was like, oh, I don't want a good mood, good feel show to choose, it cuts out 2.
Mm-hmm.
But if I do want a good mood, good feel show, it cuts out almost 3 of them, give or take how you define one of them. Fuck. So you get stuck. Dude. You get stuck.
So here, okay, I think I know my answer, but I just want to state a couple things before I give my answer.
Alex can't vote for Hulk because he didn't watch it.
I can't vote for
So
Hulk.
that's
you
first
have
statement.
4.
So you have 4.
I have 2 options. I did not watch Hulk, Tomo, or Insomniacs.
Wait.
Whoa.
This is not news. Literally, this is not news. You guys knew about it how many fucking times? I said, no, you knew. I said the same thing about Onimon. You guys go, oh, you haven't watched it?
All right.
Next month, you go, oh, you haven't watched it? What the fuck?
I can kind of let you off the hook for Insomniacs After School.
I can.
But Tomo-chan is unforgivable.
You said the same shit about Onimai.
And
like, you guys
it is
knew,
unforgivable.
It was unforgivable.
You knew I did not watch it. You knew. This
Why?
is not news.
What is are you okay? Is
Yeah, I'm
something
fine. I
wrong
just
in your
fucking
head?
forgot.
God
That's it.
Damn it, dude.
I just forgot. It like just slipped by. It happens.
You
fucking
you
kill
have
me.
me worried.
I'm not even gonna fucking go there.
You have me
Luke,
worried.
I'm not even gonna go there with you.
Luke, you didn't
you
watch-
have me
didn't
worried,
watch
you
Onimai.
son of a
He didn't
bitch.
watch what?
You have me worried, you son of a bitch. I'm not even gonna go there. I'm not even gonna name the fucking show.
Alex,
How-
stop.
You stop.
You have 3 strikes right now.
I don't have 3 strikes. You should give Luke 3 for not watching the single show that I've been recommending for 2 fucking years.
You didn't
that
watch.
you know he will enjoy 100%.
It's not
that
about.
you know is way
Stop.
better than Tomo-chan as a
Stop.
girl.
No, it's not.
Maybe not in series, but in a lot of plot.
Onimai is better. Tomo-chan is better. Insomniacs is not. But those 2 shows are better. You have strikes, buddy. You're on the
I've
shit
seen
list.
Onimai.
And it is
Now.
better.
So where's my other strike?
You
Well,
didn't watch Onimai
I've seen
with
it
the
now.
gang.
I've
You
seen
would-
it. What's it matter?
You would not have seen it if we didn't watch it last week.
Yes, I would have,
No,
Anthony.
no,
I would have watched
Alex,
it at some point.
If you would have one show to choose from on this list had we not made you watch it last week. That's embarrassing.
That's correct. Yeah.
That's
That is
embarrassing.
embarrassing.
I mean, you can call it what it is, but it is what it is.
And it's embarrassing.
Not really, because it just fucking slipped by. And no one knew Hulk was going to be what it was.
No, we're not blaming you
We're
for
not
help.
blaming you
No,
for
no.
help.
We did not blame you for help once.
I'm stating. So the only thing you're hitting me for is Tomo-chan.
No, I'm hitting you for Tomo-chan. You did not watch.
No one knew Insomniacs was going to be that way either. No one fucking
It
knew.
isn't
That-
that. It
it was
isn't that
actually
it was
really
gonna
hyped
be that
prior.
way. It's that it is a show that we are surprised you did not pick up because of the type of show that it looked like from the fucking
It just
picture.
slipped by. It happens.
He's-
It literally happens.
Alex,
Anthony.
just admit you goofed really hard this season.
I never said I didn't goof.
Admit it.
I admitted I goofed.
Do it.
I've never said I didn't
Say
goof.
I goofed.
I just did.
Say
I literally
you
just
are
said
the
it.
goober of 2023.
I am the goober of 2023, but don't give me shit
All
because
right.
you guys come at my throat for that show when you know damn well Luke would like the other fucking one. All right?
But-
stop.
but-
stop.
no.
No, because this has been going on for years.
Alex.
This is one show. Luke is refusing to watch that show. I missed it because it was an accident. He is not watching it because of spite.
Alex,
so
stop
don't call me the
talking about
goober
that shit.
when I
No, you-
accidentally did it and he is purposefully not watching something
like-
that you know he would love.
I'm so
It's like
glad.
talking to a fucking brick wall. I
No,
swear
my
to God.
points are just really
But the
good.
brick wall talks back.
No, I'm just right.
You're talking about an accident
You're getting
and
what?
purpose.
No.
What do you mean no? It's
Alex.
exactly what it is.
4 shows on this category you would not be able to vote on had it not been for us forcing the binge watch last week.
We said
True,
this.
true or false?
It's true.
That is a goober move. That is we're not talking about the volleyball show. We're talking about 2023, the shows that aired this year.
Yes.
You goobed. Bad, buddy.
Yeah, I admitted that. But I'm
What
saying
do you pick? What's your answer?
I'm going with Onimai.
Okay.
Well, I forget what I was going to say earlier.
It doesn't matter because you goobed hard.
It does matter,
It
but it's
doesn't.
whatever now because I forget because you guys go at my throat for missing a show that I missed on accident.
Goobed hard.
When-
Not one show. Three.
Fucking get into it.
3 shows.
Luke might as well miss 3 shows, Anthony.
My argument is that you don't actively talk about that show weekly as it's airing.
Because I don't actively talk about it. Because 1, it's already aired, and 2, every time I do, you say,
Exactly.
what show?
Exactly.
What show?
Alex,
But
the
no,
argument is that I
volleyball.
just told you 2 of the shows on this list that you did not watch while they're airing are better than that show.
I said yes in story, but not plot.
Have you seen Onimai?
Yeah, I've seen Onimai. Have
This
you
guy
seen
didn't. I
fucking
don't think this guy
Harukana
watched it.
Receive?
Yes, Alex. We're dropping the volleyball show. You're getting way too aggressive.
It's because I'm at the boiling point.
That's fine.
I'm at the boiling
Well, then
point.
put the lid on the pot, buddy.
Oven's broken, man.
I've
Okay, then
succeeded.
there's no heat. There's no heat.
No,
I've,
it
I've
simmers.
succeeded in my goal of gaslighting Alex so bad into
It's
getting
just-
genuinely pissed about it.
I choose Onimai. That's my pick. Go ahead.
Just waiting for like 4 months from now when I start watching. I go, hey, have you guys seen this show? It's
was
really,
really
good.
Like if I had this bottle and I heard that, I would just chuck it at the fucking wall.
That's my overall plan. My evil scheme ends with me watching Harukana Receive one day and going, guys, have you heard of this show called Harukana Receive? It's really good.
They'll do it for like
crazy.
anime of the fucking week.
You totally should. Just like
Oh.
not soon, but in the future.
Do you think I'm the only one that's seen this show?
You know, a show that you talked about that I actually want to watch more than that, and for I don't know why, is A Bridge to the Starry Skies. I've never seen it.
It's dated, but it's good.
It's dated,
Right.
it's dated, but I loved it.
It
Still.
looks super interesting.
It is.
though.
It's a fun watch.
I'm gonna be honest. Like, as much as I know I would like Harukana Receive, every time I cut done with a show, I just don't feel like watching it.
All right, Luke. What are you doing for best new series of 2023?
I'm not saying it like I don't want to watch it. I know I would like it. I just don't feel like it.
I know.
It also doesn't exist. So
You need to stop.
I'm like the older brother picking on you,
Yeah,
and then the
Anthony's
parents
like
yell
the
at
parent.
you for getting picked on. Fuck, dude. I actually don't know.
This is really fucking hard.
It's so hard. All right, I'm gonna cut, and it's gonna be because these 3 stand out even higher than the other 2, and it's not to discount them.
I think if they're on the list, they're not being discounted.
Right. I'm gonna cut Insomniacs and Tomo. I'm gonna leave it to Heavenly Delusion, Onimai, and Helk.
I think I'm going to do the same thing.
I think that's a fair cut. Now the problem is, what would you cut next out of those 3?
Every week, Heavenly Delusion had me like, what is going on here? Not in a bad way, in a good way, in like a feed me crack kind of way,
Right.
right?
And just because of how it aired doesn't mean that I'm not taking that into account when I'm talking about Heavenly.
Yeah, it was Disney Plus.
Because it was Disney Plus, and Disney fucking sucks. They fucked over Summertime Murder. I'm still mad about that.
They
I will
did.
be
They
mad
did
until the
it
day
really
I
dirty.
die about how dirty that show got and how good it was.
I think I'm not going to go with Helk for the reason of I didn't know what I was getting into. But I guess that fits the category of best new series
Yeah.
perfectly. Like,
I didn't know how it was going to be as good as it was.
yeah, fuck, man.
All right, I'm going to cut out Heavenly.
I think I kind of will too.
Just because having rewatched Onimai as like one of the only, I could count on one hand how many shows I've rewatched ever.
7.
And Onimai is now on there. And I forgot how much I fucking love that show.
All right, I think I got to.
But then I get Pee-wee in my head and Anchan. And I'm like, Anchan. And the stupid fucking goofy horse thing.
Man.
I don't know, man.
They both did comedy fantastic.
He grew a dick.
Here's okay. I think these shows are, in terms of like best a new series that I enjoyed, they're like equal. There's almost nothing making one better than the other.
It's a coin
I
flip.
think
and I wouldn't
while
be mad.
I'm gonna go with Onimai for the sole reason of that it was unique looking. The colors were very unique. The art style was fun. The animation was really fun. Helk was pretty. It didn't do anything really different.
Onimai has stronger animation too than
It
Hulk
does,
overall.
so-
I'm gonna go with Onimai too. I'm gonna let sweep.
Yeah, Onimai swept. I have to piss really bad. We're just gonna keep these going because I don't want to fuck with any of them.
Yeah, we'll
but
just cut it
I do
out.
have to pee.
Pee break. Here's your cup.
It's already
Yeah, it looks like piss anyway.
I should probably piss.
Yeah.
I've been doing this thing where I'm like, oh, I have to piss, and I sit there for like 3 hours and piss.
And I don't piss.
Alex gets in an argument.
Light.
Oh!
Still on.
It's gone.
Gorge. You know, I started free run before you too.
I planned on watching free run.
Right, I planned on watching Onimai.
But you didn't.
Also, Vishojo, Nazuna left Vishojo.
What?
Yeah.
Really?
Rusher's gone again.
Rusher's gone again. She's keeping the model though.
That's 2 Rusher L's.
She's just
Probably owns the model.
yeah, she's keeping all
probably
the
does.
assets and stuff. She's just not with Vishojo anymore.
I wonder why.
I'm gonna be honest, V-Shoujo seems kind of scummy overall.
Yeah, they seem pretty fucking scummy.
It
Like-
seems there's always a lot of drama there.
Yeah.
Like, they seem to have a lot of problems with their towns in general, so I don't...
yeah.
Not really. We're back.
We're back. All right, so
All right.
Onimai swept.
So do the funny thing. We could have done this off cam while, we were
Yeah, we
visiting.
could've.
Hit W.
But we didn't. You guys get everything.
All right, tip.
Ooh, so I had best animation. This one was really fucking hard, like super hard. But we had to come up with 5. So I came up with Jujutsu Kaisen, Heavenly Delusion, Mobile Suit Gundam, The Witch from Mercury, Hell's Paradise, and Oshi no Ko. The honorable mentions were Skip and Loafer, Onimai, and 100 Girlfriends.
I didn't see Jujutsu Kaisen, so I can't say anything about that.
I gotta think about my answer. Well, didn't Hell's Paradise, Mappa all do that?
Yeah,
Also
Mappa did
So
that too.
You can kind of compare Hell's Paradise to Jujutsu Kaisen, I guess.
And it
Kind-
looked good.
Kind of.
Sort of.
I mean, the animators do amazing no matter what.
Yeah.
I love the animators.
Mhm.
Fuck Mappa. I hate Mappa. They
Yeah,
can
Mappa sucks. The
fucking
animators are awesome.
die. The animators did an amazing job on both those shows.
Oh, this one's so tough.
I think I'm going to get rid of Oshinoko just for the fact that it's not really animation intensive. While it looked great,
One thing that
comparing it to like these other 4 shows is like apples and oranges here.
The reason I put Oshi no Ko in was because the one thing that always stuck out to me was the dancing scenes. Anytime they danced was like butter.
It was
Yeah,
really
they
it
were
was
good.
so
Really good.
Good.
And arguably, I might want to watch dancing over fighting.
I'm the
Yeah.
guy that always points out the animation every show. So
Yeah.
this is where it's always hard for me to
Yeah.
choose
I was gonna
because
say, you're really the expert here.
I stare at shows.
Yeah. Let me
They're
call in a guy. He knows.
So let me
I
call
know
it my
a
guy.
guy.
Call in a
Yeah, that's
friend.
animated.
Based.
Oh,
this
this, is
one's tough.
hard.
So, if I had to choose, I'm getting rid of Hell's Paradise and Heavenly Delusion. They were really good, but I think Oshi no Ko, Gundam, and Jujutsu Kaisen had a step above. See, normally I would go Jujutsu Kaisen. It was really fucking well done. But then I think of certain scenes in Gundam, and I'm like, holy fuck. Like, there were a lot of really, really well done cinematic scenes in that show.
Oh, God. This is where it gets really hard because they're two different, like, completely different styles of animation.
Yeah.
So for Jujutsu Kaisen, Mappa runs towards the gritty, like, not polished scenes for a lot of the fights. And that's what people like for that kind of stuff. It's kind of like how Gurren Lagann is, where a lot of the scenes are not beautiful. They're kind of not gross, but you know what I mean when I say that. It's rough around the edges. Whereas Gundam was just all nothing but polish.
Yeah.
So it's kind of hard for me. Heavenly Delusion I can cut out because I remember the first episode. The thing that sold me was the sound design.
The sound design was really good.
That's what I actually pointed out when I watched the first episode. I don't know if you guys remember, but when she shot the gun off and it cut the pole down and everything, and I pointed out how that just sounded so ungodly crisp. I was like in shock. I got the brain tinglies like when you listen to the music. The I'm gonna cut out Hell's Paradise, and there's one really good reason why. Remember when he was fighting that big giant guy and then it cut and he was just dead?
Yeah.
I was pissed about that. I wanted to see the animation for that.
Early
I was pissed about it.
Early on the island.
I'm sure that had something to do with Mappa slave drivers, but I wanted to see it. I'm not going to blame the animators for it, but there were a lot of things I feel like they could have animated in and they didn't, and it's probably Mappa's fault, like I said. But when you're trying to be fair as a critic, you got to point out things that you have to point out. Whether the circumstances allow for.
I think I'm going to go Gundam here.
I'm going Gundam too.
I'm going Jujutsu.
Fuck, now I want to go Jujutsu.
More Tanuki for me.
No, but it was one eye. Yeah. Oof. I'm going Jujutsu Kaisen. I'm switching.
I like rough animation, especially for fights.
I do too, and kind of what I pointed about Oshinoko too is the fighting scenes in Jujutsu Kaisen were like really smooth.
Yeah.
Like they were really good.
So Jujutsu Kaisen, best animation of 2023 according to the Hello Harem.
The Hello Halal podcast.
Hello, halal.
I don't think we're halal.
We're not.
I don't know.
All right.
Drinking tea, that's halal.
Next is best character design. This one was surprisingly more difficult than you'd think. A lot of shows, when I went down our list of 64 fucking shows, like there's nothing special about how these characters look in most of them. I also have another honorable mention I'm going to add verbally. So I had Eminence in Shadow, Onimai, Oshinoko, 100 Girlfriends, and Shy. The honorable mentions were 16-Bit Sensation, Heavenly Delusion, and I'm going to add Dangers in My Heart just because Homie looked sick.
He did, yeah.
He did.
Like, he looked super different, but the rest of the characters were kind of
Bland.
anime characters.
Yeah.
So I can't really say, like, let's go with that.
Fuck, man.
Well, I didn't see Eminence in Shadow.
But you've seen what Delta looks like, and
I
that's
have
all.
seen
That's
what
all
Delta
you need.
looks like.
Bossy. You've seen what all the characters look like. It doesn't matter. Like the show itself does not matter in this scenario. It's solely characters.
I haven't really looked at all the characters though. Like I've seen them, but I didn't really pay attention.
This guy's seen Delta, and he's still thinking.
I've
Like, oh, man,
only
it doesn't-
seen Delta.
She's all that
Only
matters.
Delta.
She's mine.
Onimai, one thing that they did that I fucking love is each character has a hair color that's like a little bit of it in there, but they all have that specific
What
hair
show
color
this
to
season
them.
did that?
16-bit.
Was it?
That was
No,
only with
It wasn't 60. It was
Main
only
girl.
with whatever her name was. There was another one where every character had like different hair.
it's like it's not even a huge thing. Like
100
there's,
Girlfriends?
Secondary color. No, it's not that.
Oh, you're talking about the two different colors?
yeah, they have their main color,
One
which
was
is
like-
like a normal like neutral color, and then like there's either
You know what it
streaks
was,
or the
Luke?
back of
You know what it was? It was Kami God. Kami
Oh,
Rabi
yeah, Kami
God
Rabi God
yeah,
App.
they did that.
I love when shows do that. I really do.
They that show took it to another level. They every character had a different secondary hair color. It was really cool.
Whether they were main or not. Background
Yeah.
characters just didn't exist.
Mhm.
But I kind of like when shows do that too.
Yeah.
As much as
Getting out past that.
I love Oshinoko, I'm gonna say no for this one because I think at the end of the day, all of them still do look like anime characters compared to what we have on this list in terms of unique and individuality. Shy, they're all superheroes and they have 2 different personalities. That's super cool. You can do a lot with that, and they did. 100 Girlfriends. The personality of the girl fits the fucking girl. It's really awesome.
What they all look like is what you expect their personality to be.
Onimai, everything looks different and very unique. I haven't really seen Eminence. I haven't studied Eminence. But Oshinoko is, I'd say, the most normal character design out of this list.
The one thing I do want to bring about Oshinoko, though, is not just, I'm speaking in I guess a personality type of term when it comes to character design. Not just the main characters had good personality, it was every character. It was the director when Aqua was little who kind of raised him.
Well, are you saying,
stuff.
so are you implying we take into account here, how the characters acted?
I mean, it's part of their design, I would assume.
Because I'm really just taking looks in, because
Well, you're taking if you're just doing looks 100 Girlfriends, you're kind of putting the personalities in there.
That is true.
I guess.
In terms of how you.
Well, okay, that aside,
I mean,
I like the
get,
character designs.
I
Yeah.
get where you're coming from, and I get what you were trying to say, but in terms of how that came off, I agree with Alex in terms
Okay,
of
well, we'll garbage that. That aside, I still prefer.
I'm not trying to change your opinion.
I'm not.
just
It doesn't
pointing out.
change my opinion.
Yeah.
It just makes that not exist anymore.
Yeah.
my point is moot.
It was just every character in Oshinoko was they seemed important, and I thought that was really cool. I'm not saying that's my answer, but it's one point to look into.
Even when it came to all the characters in the show that they were doing,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everyone.
every single character still seemed important, even though only
Yeah.
one of them was really important at all.
Mhm. I'm going Oshinoko. The more I think about it, the more when you brought up the show, I was like, oh man, all those people in the show, they were all really important.
Where are you going? What are you going with, Thorpe?
I'm gonna go with 100 Girlfriends.
Okay,
That's my number 2.
it's not a 3-way text. I'm going with 100 Girlfriends too.
That's my number 2 for sure.
My number 2?
That's my 100
Eminence.
Girlfriends is my number 2.
My number 2 is actually Eminence.
Eminence. I liked Eminence.
I like the way they all look.
Yeah.
All of the numbers,
Mm-hmm.
they're sick. All the shadows are sick. And they have very unique.
I do like how Shadow, you brought up with Shy, where it's 2 personalities, or even just looks different.
He takes it to
when-
an extreme.
Yeah, when he's Shadow, he looks way cooler, and when he's just Sid, he's literally the dude who just
He's a
gets
goober.
the goober. Yeah,
He gets goobered a lot
yeah,
too.
he gets goobered. Yeah,
But that's kind of the point of the show. So where Shy is the seriousness of superhero alter ego to normal person, Eminence is the parody of that. So it's even more dramatic in how different he is, because that's the point of it,
so 100 Girlfriends won.
I think
100
so.
Girlfriends.
That was the first one that came to my head when I started Best Character Design was 100 Girlfriends.
And
Winner.
bang.
Oh,
This
one
is solely
sucks.
based off of characters, so it's not indicative of Anime of the Year. It doesn't have to be Anime of the Year to be in these categories, by the
Yeah.
way. Just
All right.
before we get
This is a very hard one.
you guys said.
This is a very difficult one,
This one's
and
hard.
this is Best Girl. We have Soletta Mercury from Gundam The Witch from Mercury, Ari Makana from Oshinoko, Anna Yamada from Dangers in My Heart, Yoshiko Tsushima from Yohane Sunshine in the Parhelion, or however you say that, that is a mouthful, and Terakomori Ganda's Blood from Vexations, with 3 honorable mentions here.
I wrote one
Luke's
in.
write-in is Memcho from Oshinoko, who very deserving.
Yeah.
Remy Ayasaki from Horimiya. Remy, big Remy.
I think she might have swept if you just put her in.
That's
dude.
why I
Yeah,
didn't
I
put her
know.
in. I knew she would
You
win.
would have won.
She would have just won.
We have Lum from Urusei Yatsura, and Mitsumi Iwakura from Skip and Loafer.
I liked Mitsumi.
I love Mitsumi.
I was going to say, if
Mitsumi.
Mitsumi was also in there, she would have swept.
I know.
Remy's just... Oh, Remy wins. I get it because it's not a fair judgment
Yeah, I'm
then.
glad you put them in honorable mentions because they
They just have to be said.
They would
That's
have
all
won.
that needs to be said.
Because I would have voted Remy instantaneously.
Yeah.
I saw Remy. I'm like,
oh shit.
Remy, please.
Whammy.
Remy, my
All right.
beloved.
let's get down to business here. This might be the most important category.
Yeah, I know. Let's break it down, all right? Let's break it down. First up, we have the Tanuki.
We have the Tanuki.
We have the stuttering Tanuki,
The goofball.
who's
then-
also an insane Gundam pilot.
But then you go to number 2, and we have the literal green pepper herself.
We number 3, we have the girl who is
She
literally
loves fucking
always has
snacks.
snacks.
She hongy. 100%.
Number 4
You
is
have
the demon.
my literal Oshi.
And we have, lastly, the neat who loves to stay in bed.
Dolphin sounds.
I wish I was Dolphin. Moment. 100%.
So we gotta start getting rid of some. Okay,
Ooh.
we can't just choose one. We gotta start getting rid of some.
All right. Someone's gonna hate me. I'm saying Anna out. Someone will
Do
hate.
I agree?
Someone will
Not
hate me
agree?
for it. I mean, it is like I'm not
We're all
saying it.
thinking it.
I'm not. I'm not saying it because I want to, but we have to make a choice. It's not like I'm like, oh yeah, you know what? We could choose all of them. Get out of the fuck out of there.
I understand it. It's a tough decision.
Yeah.
I think it has to be done because
It's a battle of the titans, and you have to choose one to get out. Like, I don't know what you want from me.
All right.
I can't say Yohane. I'm not allowed to legally. And then Terakamori, why would I ever say she's out?
fuck.
Literally our Tanuki and a green pepper. What do you like, I'm not making another hard decision. I made the first one. I was the first step. And one I'm not allowed to say is out. So
What do you do here? What
it has to be a unanimous decision. We can't. This turns into a fight if it doesn't
does
become
turn into a
a
fight.
unanimous
like imagine
decision.
picking one then having to change your answer.
Like Suleta Forgetta.
Stop giving me reasons to choose characters.
I genuinely don't know what I want to do. I have no clue.
I feel bad choosing just one.
I know. Dude.
I mean, in our hearts, it's all a tie, right?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
we
Right.
all know that.
They're all winners in my mind.
I cut it down to 4. I'm just saying. I did some heavy footwork.
I might get crucified for this next decision. I might get crucified, dude. Okay.
There's one
I
I will
won't.
actually get aggressive if you say is out. I mean, I don't have
I
a.
think-
I don't. Doesn't say that's my decision. There's one that I will get physically aggressive if you say
I
is out.
know.
And it's not the one you think.
He's like, what should I say?
Wait a second.
It's not the one you think. I will get physically aggressive over one of them very dramatically.
Do one of them happen to be in the bottom?
Yes.
4 and 5?
It's in those two. Yeah.
Oh man.
What is it, Thorpe? Come on.
You can get. It's fine. I will get physically aggressive, but I mean, I understand. I'll understand at the end of the day.
Yohane.
Oh, that's not the one I was gonna get. I was gonna get physically aggressive over Terakamori.
Okay.
I can't say she's
Look.
out. I'm not allowed to.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Here's my justification. This was a great show. If this was a Love Live, I would not say Yohane. But it is not a Love Live. When Yohane gets on stage, squads up with the squad, that's real Yohane. Her wizard, that's real Yohane, but it's not as real Yohane.
No, here's the thing. I sort of agree. we weren't her little demons this season.
I cannot say either way.
No,
I'm not allowed. I'm
it's
not
not.
allowed.
No,
to.
you're fine. You're fine.
I have
I'm just pointing
2
things out.
Nezoberries and working on the $400 figure for Johanna. I can't. I'm not allowed to say she's
I'm
out.
just pointing things out. We could have been her little demons, but we weren't this season, which is fine. If that's what she wants, that's what she wants. But we weren't.
So we're cut down to 3.
And
We
it
have
doesn't make it any
We have a
easier.
green pepper, a fucking raccoon,
And a neat.
and a neat.
All right. I think my mind's made up.
I think so too. I think I have it.
I think I'm gonna be the odd man out, and
That's-
that worries me.
You know, I can't even be upset about it
It's-
because
I
it's
know.
not wrong.
But it's scary. It's scary, okay? You know, there's actually one. I'm surprised both of you didn't hop on instantaneously because of how much you just loved the character.
Anna.
No.
Oh.
I'm not going to say because it's going to sway opinions.
Oh,
It
okay.
might sway opinions.
Say it when we finish. 'cause
So
I'm
when we're
curious.
finished, I will say
Yeah.
which one I'm surprised wasn't jumped on immediately.
For me, I think best girl this season was Soletta Mercury.
Alex, I swear to God, if you say it's not.
I was gonna vote Tara Komori Gonda's blood.
I was going to vote Tara Komori.
I can't not. Like, I think of all the
Do
funny
you
faces.
see-
You're not
her?
wrong. You're not wrong. Nobody's wrong.
Nobody's
here.
wrong. Nobody's wrong. Nobody wanted to make this decision in the first place. This might have been the best year of just best girls in general.
Yeah,
I'm
like-
just,
Yeah.
I'm pointing it out. I'm saying the
there
brave
there were
things
other
here.
so many great ones. Like, I think the one character that you could have put up that really would have been tough is Karane from 100 Girlfriends, the Tsundere one.
Oh, the
She's just so funny.
No, actually,
She's
I
not
would
my
have.
favorite in 100 Girlfriends. though.
Shizuku's my favorite.
Shizuku. I think
so
she's so
funny.
funny. It's funny as
Shizuka's
fuck.
my favorite.
Boss man.
Aniki. She's actually my favorite in the show.
Who's your favorite, Thor?
Hakari.
Nice.
Not Hahari.
Well, her
I'm
too.
I'm constantly swaying with that show.
I'm
so
always
really, really,
swaying.
I don't have a
Changes.
favorite.
The one
but
that I always go to at the very end of the episodes, I just like Shizuka a lot.
She's
So-
just funny. She's definitely in the funniest situations.
So I'm able
yeah.
to say comfortably that she is my favorite in the show, just because I always go back to her.
Uh-huh.
While mid-episode, I'm like, oh, she's my favorite now.
Okay, so let's break this down. Why do you choose Soletta?
Just because I remember watching Gundam, and every time Soletta came on screen, I was like, "Here it is. There's the raccoon."
Explain
And,
why, out of the hardest choice you could ever
Right.
make, you just said this one's the one I'm going with because that's the one I
And
felt was right.
all the memes that were out of her in
Yeah.
cute raccoon form, and I don't
She
know. And
protected
her,
the
she
tomatoes.
she did. She's goofy. She's funny. She stumbles around with her words.
She has the worst mumble
It's a stutter.
stutter. Yeah.
She did have a lot of character development throughout the show too.
Yeah,
because
she
she
really
started
did.
super wishy-washy.
Yeah.
And there's no denying that. No matter how much you like the character, she was wishy-washy as
Yeah.
fuck.
So again, they're all number one in my heart, but I will pick.
Remy would have
4.
swept.
The only
would've
reason I'm
swept.
actually choosing is because
It's content.
we're also being threatened. So I have to choose. 'Cause I don't want to die yet.
Either.
Soletta Mercury.
I'm sticking with Tara Komori.
Just think about her. I've thought about her. Now I'm bricked.
Be me.
Obviously, you're not Rudy.
He cannot.
Giuliani.
I don't know if he can either.
No way Rudy can.
All right,
I'm surprised
so
you guys didn't jump on Adi Makana
I-
instantly.
you
It
have
was-
no idea how much I wanted to say.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's what I was going to say, and I didn't want opinions to sway because I was like, we need to just lock in right now. Like, we could have straight up said, heads down, 3, 2, 1, hands up if you vote for one character.
I don't know
all
if I
three,
even-
all 3 of our hands would have been up every time.
Yeah.
I know.
It's not even a fair choice.
Yeah.
God, now
That was
that's out
tough.
of the way.
This one's tough too.
Now that that's just out of the way, let's go to the hard
So
one.
we got the second hardest one. We have best boy. So I did this one. This was Akito Yamada from level 999 Yamada. That's just.
It's
yeah.
Loving Yamada level
Loving Yamada.
999.
Okay, yeah, whatever the fuck. You know, the title was weird.
I'm surprised you watched it.
We going there?
We
dude?
don't. We don't need
doing
we
that?
don't need to- we don't need to get in.
The opportunity presented itself.
If I'm honest, all right. First off, I'm gonna ask this. This isn't to attack you. Did you watch Skip and Loafer?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
If you would have said no, I would have said that was
I watched
understandable
Skip and
because
Loafer. Why
all
I
of
chose
us.
Sosuke Shima next.
I'm just saying.
He's a golden retriever.
He is a golden
I'm just saying,
retriever.
if you would have said no, I would have understood because we all almost skipped it.
Yeah.
All of us
We
started.
almost skipped and loafed.
I think episode
doesn't
2
even make
or
sense.
3 came out before one of us was like,
Yeah.
we need to watch this
Yeah.
now. So that one I would have understood.
Yeah. So we have Akito Yamada from Loving Yamada level 999, whatever. Sosuke Shima from Skip and Loafer, Blondie. Akagami Akemitsu from Tempuru.
It's Tempuru. No one can live off of loneliness.
It's Temple, actually. But Aijo Rentaro from 100 Girlfriends. And Hoshino Akira from Oshino Ko. And the honorable mentions were Ichikawa Kyotaro from Dangers in My Heart. Kasukabe Hayato from Cafe Terrace. And Nanami Kento from Jujutsu Kaisen.
Nanami has me bricked up. I'm not
He's
even gonna
so
lie.
fucking awesome.
Straight up, as a
Yeah.
straight man,
He would
he's
turn
hot.
me gay, dude.
As a straight man, he's hot.
Yeah, he's awesome.
Which one is he? I only know 2 of the guys. The
You
one with the
wouldn't
white
know him.
hair
You
and the
wouldn't
one
know
with the red hair.
He's
Yeah,
the
you
one
would
that the other week I said,
He has a really cool voice actor.
yeah, he's the really cool voice
Well,
actor.
with like the guy who we said smokes cigarettes.
Yeah.
I
that's
like his voice actor.
Yeah, he's super sick.
He's a fucking badass.
He's amazing.
This one's really hard.
I want to say it's hard, but I also
I
want to
don't-
say I just have an answer.
I don't feel guilty about this. Like
No,
the
I don't
last
feel
one.
guilty either.
I don't either. and
There's a couple that I feel bad. Like, I probably won't choose him, but I loved Akagami.
I liked
Tempuru.
I liked
He was
Akagami.
awesome,
He was
dude.
epic.
He was so fucking wholesome. All he
He-
wanted to do was like pay his debt
not
to the
be
temple.
horny.
He was trying his hardest not to be horny.
It's relatable. I mean,
Yeah,
honestly,
relatable.
he's a relatable guy.
Yeah. And one thing I really thought was interesting, it threw me for a loop. I didn't like it at first, but his voice actor,
Goofy.
It was different. It was out there. I liked
so
it.
different, and it was.
I
Cool.
liked it a lot.
He
Yeah.
did something new.
He did something new.
I don't think I'm gonna go with Yamada.
I probably
Ah.
won't either.
I don't know what you want me to say. Honestly,
But I thought he was really he was a wholesome.
I liked him
though.
as a character.
Yeah.
I did.
you can tell the dichotomy of how we think because it's like fighting over anime girls. We're ready to stab each other. Fighting over anime boys. We're like, I don't know. What do you want from me, dude?
Yeah, you know, I think I agree.
Like, what do you want from me, man? I
I
don't
think
know.
like general best boyness. I'm gonna go with fucking Sosuke Shima from Skip and Loafer. He's a fucking golden retriever. Like him and Pom Pom Pudding are one and the same.
You sold it, dude. I think I'm gonna go Sosuke Shima too. That show was filled with awesome characters. Like if Mitsumi, if she didn't exist, if he was the main character, I would have been happy too. Shima was awesome, and he cared for Mitsumi.
He did.
And Mitsumi was awesome. Therefore, he's awesome.
Andy is a golden retriever.
I'm going with Rentaro,
He's pretty fucking
and
epic.
I'm
too.
gonna say, Alex, you saying that he was really good to Mitsumi and all that. Imagine that, but with 6 other girls now.
That's true.
That's my argument. I'm
Yeah,
gonna throw it out there,
that's
dude.
true.
I'm gonna try to
But-
sell Aijo Rentaro to you guys.
Here's another one. Now this is not shade towards 100 Girlfriends. It's the facts. 100 Girlfriends does not have Mitsumi, and she's epic.
But Skip and Loafer doesn't have Shizuka, and she's epic.
You can't say that because we can just throw that right back.
I can throw it back 6 times.
That's true.
You
I
can.
I mean, we had the gal friend from Skip and Loafer. She was awesome.
She was epic.
But that has nothing to do with Best Boy.
She was there though.
Final vote. Sosuke Shima.
I'm going Skip and Loafer.
I'm staying 100 Girlfriends. I'm standing my ground.
I respect it.
He's a
I'm
he's a
going-
man, and he is loyal to
going
all
s-
100 of
He
his
is.
girlfriends.
Right in my face. Oh. My nostrils.
He also
What?
he, he also
What?
got a hot mom to fall in love with. I'm just,
Just by
saying.
looking at her.
I'm just saying. I'm just.
He's my second pick for sure.
All right.
No one take out of context the fact that I said I could throw it back at you as well, please.
6 times.
Six times.
Best main character. We have Soleta Mercury from Gundam, Witch from Mercury. Kiriko from Heavenly Delusion. Helk from Helk. Kyotaro Ichikawa from Dangers in My Heart. And Akira Tendo from Zom 100.
I have an answer.
I'm glad to see some Zom 100 on here.
I have an answer 100%. It's Akira. I love him. After watching those last 3
I'm
episodes,
gonna go Akira.
he sold me instantly.
Yeah, he's got the riz.
Those last 3 episodes reminded me how much I just like the show and also how much I love him as a character. He is an amazing main character.
He's awesome.
Him and his friend.
He likes to get naked and jump
Yeah,
in.
like that duo, they work perfect together.
His fucking positivity in an apocalypse.
Well, I think I'd be happier in an apocalypse than a black company.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, me too, but still.
It's really sad to think that way, but
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know why this is the one that I don't think I would even have a hard time discerning.
I will say though, one I really did like was Kyotaro Ichikawa.
He's awesome.
Yeah,
I'm
Ichikawa's
not
awesome.
discounting
Like,
any of the options.
He had really great character development throughout the show, and the fact that we're getting a second season is fucking awesome.
I agree.
And this is your 1 hour 25-minute shout that Zom 100 is back. It got shafted hard as fuck this season.
Yeah.
And it
Well, it's
deserves.
not exactly because we had the piss break, so it's not exactly an hour.
Oh, I'm just reading this. Hour 25. Oh yeah, I guess you can just kind of. Yeah. And anyway, Zom 100 got shafted. If you were watching it and you forgot about it, it is back out. The last 3 episodes did drop. They were fucking amazing, and the show deserves more love. I feel
does,
like it's gonna
yeah.
get shafted.
I
really
want to know
hard.
what happened. That's where my
I do
whole
too. I
concern
want
is like,
fucking answers.
just tell me what happened, and I wouldn't be as mad. Anyway, let's move on to most.
Yeah.
We
So
we
the
we
winner
have a
was
winner.
Akira Tendo from Zom 100.
He's an amazing character.
Tippy.
I'm gonna just keep saying it because it's.
He's fucking awesome.
He's
was
awesome.
awesome.
He's cool. He goes out of his way to do shit. I don't know.
All right. So we got a must protect at all costs character. We have Komeko from Konosuba.
I think this was gonna cause fights too.
This might
Actually,
cause
now that I
fights.
think
We
about
have
it.
Mei Ai from Girl, who forgot her glasses. Oyama Mahito from Onimai.
Girl lost forgot glasses.
So Onimai Mahito, Yoshimoto Shizuka from 100 Girlfriends, and Anya Forger from Spy Family. And we have Ruby Kurosawa from Yohane the Parhelion, and Soleta Mercury from Gundam for the honorable mentions.
We should have had someone from fucking Yohane in every category.
we definitely
As an
should have.
honorable mention, we should have had like best
Ru-
boy.
Chica
Ruby
as
as
cat.
Ruby as the fairy or motorcycle.
She is the fucking motorcycle.
Ruby's the motorcycle.
You, not you, Watanabe, as male girl who gets shot out of cannon.
Male cannon girl. Frog
You.
robot.
He could have been best boy.
Kanan again gets cucked, but this time by a frog.
Shiny.
This one's
This one's hard.
it's like easy but hard. You know what I mean? There's one up there we all know. We want to say it, but then you look at a couple other ones and you're like, wait.
I feel like I already said what my answer would be like 2
I already
categories
know
ago.
I know what Luke's answer is.
What? No, but I'm saying that's why it makes it weird that I don't want to say that as my answer.
Really? Oh,
Dude, Komeko's right
I know.
there,
I was gonna
dude.
say Komeko.
Like, I want to say Shizuka so bad, but she doesn't really need protected.
No, she's
She stands her
independent.
own.
She does.
Maniki.
But does Komeko really need defend? Like, does she need protected?
She did.
She literally
Make a
tamed
pact with a demon lord.
demon lord. Like, how much do we have to protect Komeko, and how much do we have to worry about her killing
If you
us
really look
by
at it,
accident?
the only one that needs protected here is Mei.
Mia.
Mia?
Yeah, 'cause she can't see.
Can't fucking see.
Mahiro kind of needs
I guess
protected.
Mahito does
Yeah.
too. Yeah.
He/she is a neat.
If you lost your dick, I'd also feel the need to be protected.
Anya just gets protected all the time, so I guess
Yeah.
that would also count her. There's 3 that we can say based off of how we argued this last year, the exact same way of which character actually needs to be protected as a must protect at all cost character.
When I made this category, I thought it would be clear. Didn't know there would be this much disputes.
Did you think Komeko is the easy dub?
I thought Shizuka was.
Really?
Yeah.
When I first saw Komeko on there, I forgot about her. I'm like, oh shit, it's Komeko.
Oh fuck!
Like-
I didn't. How hype we got every single time Komeko was on the fucking screen. It makes me think of when the movie came out.
When the movie came out, yeah.
And we met Komeko the first time. I was like, this character is fucking awesome.
I'm going Komeko, dude.
I think I'm gonna go Komeko.
Komeko. She's so funny. It's cool.
Like,
I want to say she's funny, but then there's like it's just Shizuka, and I just think of her going,
I know.
Aniki,
Getting
Boss
lost to
man.
the island.
her getting attacked by the dog and then
getting-
falling asleep.
Accepting death.
Her getting rolled up in a carpet like a burrito.
Oh, then she gets thrown down.
She falls down the stairs and then turns 90 degrees somehow. She might actually be more powerful than Komeko at this point.
I think I'm still gonna say Komeko.
Come
I don't want to vote. Do I
have
have to.
It doesn't
Have to.
matter, but it doesn't matter.
It matters.
I don't have to say it out loud. That way I don't have to full send on one or the other,
But
and then
you think it.
I can pussy out. It's Schrodinger's choice, and I don't have to give you the answer.
Come on, dude. Do it for Komeko.
But it doesn't matter what I say because Komeko wins, so it doesn't matter.
Well, we gotta hear your opinion.
But it doesn't. But it doesn't matter.
You're gonna say she's.
What if I change my opinion?
Are you?
I don't know. Am I?
You're you're gonna sling it back at me, huh?
Are you?
I don't think so. No. Just thought of something funny.
What?
Kind of want to cut it out from the cast because it's funny, but I was thinking of.
Will I have to cut it out?
I don't know. It's debatable.
Then you should probably make a timestamp.
Yeah, you might.
No, you should.
Okay.
And don't let me forget.
What's the timestamp at right now?
1 hour 31 minutes.
Let me put it in.
We're gonna have to cut this out at least of us discussing if we
Yeah.
can cut it out or
Ooh,
not.
dude.
Actually, no,
cut-
we might not. That'd be funny if people heard it and they'd be like, I wonder what it was. What is it, Thor?
131.
That can be the entrance. There you go. That's
I'm
coming
still
back
going
in.
Komeko.
You're fucking procrastinating here.
I don't want to choose. If I'm honest, it was better with Best Girl because then we could all civilly say, "Well, yeah, this is really hard, so that makes sense."
I mean, this
It
is-
was really hard.
Alex didn't think it would be hard when he made it.
I didn't.
But then he got here and it was.
Yeah.
Then he got here and he was hard, so then he realized.
Not for this category.
What's with you?
This is funny.
I'm I'm going Shizuka.
Respectable answer.
Yeah, it is.
Who's going to save her from floating away in the lazy river?
She did need protection. She got stuck. She got completely stuck.
She got stuck on the
She
island,
had to get
too.
off,
That,
though.
and
Retro
that's
had to save
protection.
her.
I'm just saying.
All right.
All right, next is best action. This is taking us way too fucking long to get down here. So for best action, I had Danmachi season 4, Shield Hero season 3, Eminence and Shadow season 1 and 2, Jujutsu Kaisen season 2, Spy Family season 2, with the honorable mention of Bofuri.
You threw that in the action. I like it.
I thought it was funny that it has the
I like
action
it.
tag, so I was like, I
Yeah.
have to throw it in. That's funny.
I haven't seen 2 of these.
I think I already know my answer.
I think I know my answer.
Luke?
I kind of just don't really have an opinion overall.
It's
so
tough.
I might just agree with whatever
Yeah.
you two say.
I'm going to say Danmachi.
I'm going Danmachi, too.
Yeah.
It was fucking wild.
It
I
was.
think that's what I was leaning to the most.
Yeah, Danmachi for sure. Every time I think about some of those battles, like the whole fucking season was action. There was no rest.
Yeah.
There was no rest.
Like, not even as a cop out, I actually just did not have an opinion overall for that one. As soon as I was typing, I was like, I don't know. I don't really think I have one that I would say is my favorite. Bofuri, my write-in. That was.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
We're doing the right in.
There was a giant turtle that shot lasers. That's action as fuck.
All right. Now we have best drama. We have. Wow, I typed that really weird. It's Loving Yamada-kun at level 999. Ancient Magus' Bride, Jobless Reincarnation, Attack on Titan, Masamune-kun 2, and Duke of Death and His Maid.
Well, that's the honorable mention.
Honorable mention of Duke of Death and His Maid.
I think that's actually how the title is. I think it is My Love Story with Yamada-kun at level 999.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
It's one of those ones where I think they changed the English name for some reason.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know why they do that. It
That's
should just be the same, whatever.
Drama. You know, it is surprising that Attack on Titan's on here, but it did have the drama tag. Just want to make that out there.
Yeah, that's why I put fucking Bofuri on, because I was like, that doesn't really seem like a very
Attack on Titan
action
does not
show.
feel drama. It does not fit with these shows, but it did have the drama tag. Actually, finding dramas for this year was rather difficult.
I agree.
There weren't that many.
I think there's 2 on here that really stand out as dramas in general.
I think I know my answer.
I know mine, and it's not because I love the series, but because I actually genuinely believe this.
I think I know mine.
I'm going to go with Ancient Magus' Bride.
I'm going to go with Yamada-kun level 999.
I was going to go Masamune-kun too.
Jesus
Okay.
Christ.
Yeah.
All right.
Buckle up.
Everyone state their case. We're
Luke,
taking it to court. State.
Luke, you can go first.
So with my choice, it's obviously I have a very biased opinion for Ancient Magus' Bride, and I'm trying to keep that aside for everything else. I'm gonna go how I eliminated first off. Jobless and Attack on Titan did not. I don't think they're very well. They are drama filled, but not as much as the rest of these shows. Loving Yamada-kun at level 999. While there was drama, I didn't really care about the drama that much, because the drama was kind of like, oh, he's like 3 years younger than me. He doesn't like girls. like that was the drama of Yamada-kun. And we're strictly doing this based off of drama, not of the rest of the show. And then it came down to Ancient Magus' Bride and Masamune-kun. Masamune-kun's drama was really good, and I definitely kept interest in it.
You just share a sink.
Yeah, it did. It just dropped.
And I was definitely interested in it, but when it comes to that type of show, it's a romantic comedy with drama. So you kind of know where it's ending. And I think the fun part of drama is not knowing what's happening.
Mm-hmm.
So with Ancient Magus' Bride, especially you had the whole first part where she's at the school and there's all this weird shit happening and people are getting, taken shit and they're getting their magic slurped out of them with that sloppy toppy 9000. And then you get to the whole second part where it's, oh, who did it? We found out. We have to stop them, but why are they doing it? What's the overall goal? What is happening?
I mean, that's a good case.
That's a really good case.
And that's my case. I will let it rest. I'm still open to being changed for my opinion, but that's how I'm going to sell Ancient Magus' Bride.
My case won't sell you. I'm going to be honest with you. I chose Yamada because that type of show, like the slice of lifey, real down to earth thing, when it comes, that's what I associate drama with mostly. Just because I think I've just seen the most. That's just kind of what clicks with me the most. I think there was a good amount of drama. Not as much as Ancient Magus' Bride. 100% agree with you on that. But did you hear that? Remember, we were doing a podcast and that was happening. Remember we were in the other room?
Yeah.
It was an outlet on the wall or something.
Oh, I think we wanted to check if it was like a CO, carbon monoxide detector.
Did someone leave?
I don't know. Go check the
Oh yeah, they just locked the door.
Oh,
Yeah, I saw someone
okay.
walking out there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I was like, are we gonna die of carbon
Yeah.
monoxide? We're all gonna get sleepy.
I
But I liked the drama that was in Yamada. I thought it was very interesting. It kind of sucked me in a little bit. I did not see Masamune-kun season 2, so I can't say anything about that. I'm gonna agree. Jobless and Attack on Titan, they didn't do it for me in the drama aspect. They did other things great, but drama, I was definitely more towards Yamada and Ancient Magus' Bride. But I just kind of clicked more with Yamada. So it's more of a personal thing.
So Luke's argument was really, really good for Ancient Magus' Bride. Almost enough to sway me as to where I might still. But I'm still going to go with Masamune-kun because the second season came out swinging. Like, really hard, like way more than it should have. It was like filled to the brim with drama. It wasn't just between two characters. It was another love interest, and then oh no, one just got reintroduced, and like oh gosh, everybody just found out this character wasn't who they said they were, and they caused a whole stir. Like it was like just filled to the brim with drama, and like Luke did make the point of like where you pretty much know where it's gonna go at the end of the day, but they almost tricked you right at the end just to fill you with a little more drama.
Just filled with a little bit of hope that the one person that you were there rooting for from day fucking one.
Exactly. Tell him.
I'm pissed about it. I'm mad. I genuinely got mad when I watched the last episode.
Like they really made it seem like it was going to go that way.
Like I was so happy, and then they just swept the fucking rug from underneath me. I got mad. I was so pissed.
And it's just like that point in hand, like, dude, it was just drama the whole season, and like it resolved itself, which was really good to see. And another point you mentioned where it was like relatable, you know what I mean? Like Ancient Magus' Bride had a shit ton of drama. It was fucking great. Like, still would like to give it something, but Masamune-kun was just relatable.
Here's where I think we need to. Here's my my get out of jail free card with this category, because we all, like you said, you're not swayed. Obviously, my opinion didn't sway anybody. Luke is firm in his for a good reason. I think for the sake of the category, Luke had a fantastic argument that made the most sense to me. Everyone here did not see Masamune-kun, so I think for the sake of the category, Ancient Magus' Bride should take it.
I think that's fair. I don't have a problem with that.
I don't either.
I don't have a problem with it.
The thing that sucks is that if you would have seen Masamune, I think your vote would have gone to that
You
over
think so?
Yamada. 100%. If you're going off the same rules, Masamune just does Yamada even better
Yeah.
So
in terms of what you said.
But I'm not mad about Ancient Magus' Bride.
we all agree it's Ancient Magus' Bride for
I
the best
do
drama.
think.
I mean, I agree.
I think that's a super fair winner for the category.
No, I just
Yeah.
wanted it to win.
And I originally was going to
Juicy.
say, like, well, I didn't see Masamune-kun, so we can't put that. But I'm like, okay, that's like a dickhead move. I can't just do that because I didn't see it. But like,
but
basing
then
it on the shows that we have all
that literally
seen,
just moves Alex's opinion to Ancient Magus' Bride.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Because he even said that.
Ancient Magus' Bride for best drama.
Juicy.
Yeah, I know how to argue my favorite show in the world.
All right.
This one's gonna fucking suck.
So this is best comedy. I didn't even have any honorable mentions because the rest of them, they were like, this is a comedy. I was like, this was not funny. So we have The Family Circumstances of the Irregular Witch, Tear Moon Empire, Konosuba, Girlfriend, and Tenpuru.
And you want to explain why? Well, 100 Girlfriends isn't on here for a very good
because
reason.
it's in the category for Anime of the Year.
Yeah, it's
So-
also in a ton of other categories.
Not for the show itself, though.
Yeah.
To point it out, we're doing it because there's parts of the show that are different. Because we even said, specifically for, I think it was best OP or something, you could have a terrible OP and still be an Anime of the Year in my book.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The OP does not change my opinion of the show.
Yeah.
But that is why it's not here. That it would sweep. It's so fucking funny.
Best comedy. What made me laugh the most? This season of Girlfriend, it still was funny, but it wasn't as funny as the first season, IMO.
I'm going to cut it just because it wasn't as funny.
Yeah.
That's my cut.
Yeah.
I want to cut Tear Moon Empire because while it has its funny moments, there is a lot of kind of high tension stuff.
Yeah.
But it does have its funny
I
moments.
just think
like,
about how
it still
every
deserves a comedy tag.
Just think about every time you say horse bread and laugh.
Or,
Right there,
You know
right
one
there.
thing I love about that too? Whenever like something big's happening and they're like explaining stuff and she's like taking the credit for it, it plays like a little fucking recorder.
Yeah, there's a little recorder,
I
and then
love that.
and then the narrator comes. And he's like, "She wasn't."
Yeah, he's like she didn't actually know what was going on.
Oh, it's like the Eins oder Gaun.
Yeah, it's exactly
yeah,
like
it's
that.
exactly like that. Except it's not even her thinking that she doesn't know what's going on. It's a narrator that's going like everyone's misunderstanding this entire situation.
So I'm gonna keep up Tenpuru, Konosuba, and Family Circumstances. Man, that's tough.
I think I have my answer.
I think I have my answer.
You guys go first. I'm still really torn.
Konosuba.
I'm going Konosuba. I'm torn. It's not like these other ones were not nearly as funny as Konosuba. I think about Fenchan a lot and laugh.
He's so
was thinking
funny. He's
Fenchan's
funny
a
as
tough
fuck.
one.
And the koala bear was funny.
I'm going Konosuba too. I wanted to go Tenpuru, but Konosuba like made me laugh way more.
I laughed almost every episode.
Yeah.
Of Konosuba, I think.
Like, and I was thinking about the first couple episodes when she's at school. She was just fucking crazy.
It was just Konosuba did Konosuba right.
Yeah, it's like comedy is comedy, you know.
I think about how everyone in the village came together to fight the demons. And they're all throwing like the most insane spells in the world.
It was funny as fuck.
It was. Konosuba wins.
I'm glad that one was a very easy and quick one.
Sip.
So, we have best romance.
Does it go down any farther?
Oh yeah, there's probably another.
No.
So we have Dangers in My Heart, My Love Story with Yamada-kun at level 999, Tomo-chan is a Girl, My Tiny Senpai, The Girl I Like Forgot Her Glasses, and for honorable mentions, I put The Dreaming Boy is a Realist.
I have my answer.
I can't. All right. I do want to have slight discussion.
I know. I want to hear. I want to hear. Maybe someone can persuade me.
I'm not going to persuade. I want to say My Tiny Senpai because that show is way better than we are giving it credit for in these awards.
It was, yeah.
There's just shows that were better than it.
Mm-hmm.
The awards can't do it justice.
Yeah.
And I kind of want to say it just because of that, but I can't in confidence say that.
I'm glad you said it though.
I just wanted to throw out a discussion. I mean, like.
Well, all right. So in that case, I'm bouncing between two, and that would be Dangers in My Heart and Tomo-chan is a Girl.
Can I ask a question about Tomo-chan?
Yeah.
Did they actually find romance?
Yes. Yeah. Yes.
Do they date at the end? Is my question.
I think.
Or is it just edging like a lot of anime?
Did they goon the whole show?
Yeah.
I want to say they did.
It was the most of the show was gooning.
Okay.
Most of it, like actually almost all of it. Like it's the whole point of the show.
Yeah.
Is gooning.
I mean, that's what a romance show is.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Except for Horimiya.
Yeah. A lot of gooning.
And Tonikawa. Tonikawa didn't.
Tonikawa didn't goon.
One episode, they're married.
That's not even an honorable mention for best romance. Was Tonikawa 2, dude?
I wanted to put it in.
I kind of forgot about it.
Let's do honorable mention Tonikawa 2.
Honorable mention.
I think that show is like one of the top tier.
I do
romance
really.
shows.
I loved it. It's
I
so
really
good.
do love Tonikawa.
I would say it's a top tier show.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna be honest. I'm leaning the girl I like forgot her glasses.
I'm gonna go Dangers. I gotta go Dangers.
Do you want us to discuss to try to sell you on one or the other for fun?
I just want to point out, like, both those shows were like really similar in the fact that it's innocent love,
right,
for the first time.
Yeah.
It's like one is a fucking Chino or whatever the fuck. Chuny. One's a Chuny, and the other is just a normal kid.
He's not even a Chuny. He's just like
a weirdo,
just sad goth, dark kind of.
Yeah,
he's just an emo.
I mean, the
kid.
first one, he was like, "How am I gonna kill Yamato?"
That's not Chuny. Chuny is like,
He's
I'm a
just
wizard
an
with
emo
powers, and here's my axe.
My demon hand is being
I
released.
cast Twisted Fate.
A Chuny is Dekomori dates.
Yeah. So in that regards, they're really similar shows. It's just, it really comes down to how the show progressed and the characters, and that's really tough.
I think one thing that makes me not want to say The Girl I Like Forgot Her Glasses is the main character himself. Well, like I get like the nervous trope. It's not even that he did it super bad. Like we've talked about how there's characters this season who just way overdid it. His wasn't crazy bad, but comparing it to, I think Ichikawa had a lot more growth personally than the other guy.
I think when it comes to like character development, he did a lot more.
I think they're still the same character. I'm not even gonna like try to sell anybody on this argument at all. They're both interested in girls that they think are out of their league.
Mm-hmm.
So whether it's what's his nuts talking to Mie or what's his nuts talking to Anna, it's the same thing. They both have quote unquote the same development. They're both still nervous talking to him. They both think they have no interest in them as characters.
But it seems
as
like
romantic
Ichikawa
interests.
like takes that outside of just his love interest. Like with his family, he talks to his sister a
Kind
little
of
more.
did seem like he developed more as
like
a person.
more, yeah, as like a whole, I feel like Ichikawa did more. Where the other guy, like, he could talk like other people pretty fine. It was just he was nervous around me.
I think he did get a little more confidence. Too,
It's
throughout
more,
the show.
but all right. I don't know how to say this right now. That's more of like the difference in the choice of settings for the shows. We didn't see dude from Girl I Like at home, really, ever.
Yeah, like in his
we
bed.
only ever
that's
saw him
it.
in his bed,
Yeah.
and it was like for quick shots because the whole point was them together, not separate. Whereas Dangers in My Heart, you had the romance aspect, but you also had like how it affects them away from each other. But that's not what Girl I Like Forgot Her Glasses did. That one I would argue is more of a difference of settings. So it comes down to, I don't know if I can count that as a point for why I
Can
would
we
choose Dangers in My
exclude
Heart.
like family and take it into school friendships?
Well,
Because Ichikawa did make friends with.
You're kind of getting away from romance at that point.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
I want to agree. I'm not saying that like my opinion is easily swayable here because I liked both these shows. I am a firm romance enjoyer.
Oh yeah,
100%.
I just want to
100%.
say, because I think I know my answer, but I just want to say both shows were really awesome, like in every way. I loved everything about the shows. The animations actually were kind of really similar. They both look really sharp, really defined.
I
really
would
well
say.
done.
I would say they're
Girl,
very
Girl I
different.
Like Forgot Her Glasses was like
Weird.
that. First episode, I was like, "What the fuck?" Blew me away. Dangers in My
It
Heart
did,
looks
yeah.
like an anime.
But we cut that out when you're in your opinion for this though.
Yeah, that has nothing to do with
Because
why
like if
chose
I
what
was to
did.
choose, I would probably choose Girl I Like because her fucking hair was beautiful.
Her
Like her hair
awesome.
was goddamn
It was
I
amazing.
gorgeous.
do want to point out they changed their hairstyles, and I love that.
I like that.
Yeah.
I really like when they do that. So that's brownie points. But for me, I think my final answer is going to Dangers in My Heart. It has nothing to do with anything from either show.
I knew that was going to be your
It's-
choice because you said it was your favorite romance of the year.
Yeah,
You
it's-
said that
it's-
already.
It's just the fact of how it made me feel. Like there's nothing I can really say to sway anyone's opinions. Like if I
No.
could give you my feelings, sure. But like it just made me feel a certain way.
I think this was
that I
just
really
a matter
liked.
of preference. It's not even like, and it's not even that I prefer Girl I Like over Dangers in My Heart. I just felt like, Girl I Like Forgot Her Glasses deserves some points.
It does.
It 100%
really
does.
I mean, she looks good with glasses and without. Ponytail, no ponytail.
She
Crying
looks
in
a
the-
little angry, but she's not. She just can't see.
she looks a little
she's
angry.
just squinting at you.
Yeah.
I like the aspect of how she didn't understand what being in love is, so she didn't realize
Yeah.
that she liked.
She was
Guy.
confused like the whole time.
Whereas like Yamada, Hana was like, yeah, I
Yeah,
probably
we
kind of like
understood
him.
it, yeah.
I like that aspect of rough romance shows.
I really did love that. I really would like to see that show get a second season. Girl glasses.
We'll give it to Dangers though. I'm not mad about it.
My final answer goes to Dangers though.
Respectable.
I can't
Respectable.
can't give it up on my
Good
my-
arguments,
my
both
homies.
ends.
It was solid arguments on
Yeah.
both sides.
We just devolved into outside of romance at that point.
At one point we did.
There we.
All right, I'm gonna point out first. I don't like that I got just thrown to best fantasy right away. Is this my character? Is that what you guys see me as? Is the
Isekai
fantasy?
fantasy man.
It's an isekai guy. He likes fantasy shows.
Dude, it's Luke the Isekai.
This one was fucking hard because I'm like fantasy, and I looked up the tabs like, why? Some of them I was like, this isn't really. I mean, like I would consider this a fantasy, and I wouldn't consider this one. Why is this one tech? Whatever. I digress. I was a little upset that I got character dropped. For best fantasy, I had Yohane the Parhelion, Ancient Magus's Bride, Helk, Danmachi, and Jobless Reincarnation. And I think the first time ever, I actually had an honorable mention of a show I'm the only one that watched, and that was
Yeah.
Undead Murder Farce. I did it as anime of the
I
week.
remember.
A couple weeks ago, not too long ago.
I want to say it was like three. No, it was a
had been
while
like
ago.
it was a little bit ago.
I want to say it was like
months.
3 anime of the weeks ago, probably. So at least 9
9
weeks. And Tier Moon Empire. I threw it in because if I was in the category, I would have probably voted for it instantly.
Uh-huh.
But it wouldn't have gotten anywhere. So
I'm going Yohane. Like not even for the funny meme. I thought it was like it was fucking fantasy as fuck. You got shot out of a cannon
in terms of fantasy, yeah.
It was very
around.
wholeheartedly fantasy.
and delivered
Well,
mail.
I mean, like, all right. Let's try to have a discussion. We've given everything else a fair discussion.
Bro, it's Yohane.
I know it's Yohane.
I don't know if I would vote Yohane for this.
The argument of it being fantasy as fuck is kind of hard because they're all fantasy as fuck. Jobless, this dude gets reincarnated into another world and has magic. Danmachi, they're given gifts from God. Helk,
Is just a fantasy.
Was
it's
Pee-wee?
literally just all fantasy. Like, do you see Pee-wee? He's not a bird.
He's not a bird. He
I don't
says
know
so.
what he is, but he's not a bird. Ancient Magus' Bride, again, magic, mystical creatures, everything, and then Yohane. I don't think, like, it's hard to say because they're all really good at being fantasy.
Mm-hmm. I'm still going Yohane. I enjoyed it the most out of the ones I did see.
I think I'm gonna go Helk.
I don't want
be a
deciding factor.
My reason for Helk is when I think of like fantasy, I think of like an epic adventure, a journey. I mean, that's exactly what Jobless Reincarnation low-key is. But this season, it didn't really do that. We stayed put.
But it,
I
Jawas
know,
went even
I know.
more fantasy because you had the
I know.
demon guy with 6 arms.
I know. All of these are literally a throw up of fantasy.
I
There's
know. I
no-
know. I just like
This is solely to me. Like when I think
as we
fantasy,
talk, I'm like, oh, but this has this point
Yeah.
now, and like as you're discussing, I'm like, I'm thinking of more points of why I don't know what show to choose.
to me at least, my fantasy is an epic adventure to do this big thing, and that's what Helk is to me. Ancient Magus' Bride was fantastic. It is, I mean, what the fuck isn't it? Yohane was awesome. I loved every second of it. But I'm gonna go with Helk for this one.
You know, this is where it gets to the worst part ever, because you want to know what I'm stuck between?
What?
Ancient Magus' Bride and Danmachi. I'm
Oh,
not even
jeez.
stuck between the two you guys voted
Jesus
for.
Christ.
I'm not even stuck between the two that's like, they've already been chosen. Okay. All right, okay. I'm going to nerf myself. I'm not allowed to choose Ancient Magus' Bride, because obviously I would just vote for it.
Yeah.
So with Yohane, Helk, and
I
Danmachi.
want to say Danmachi just because I love...
Sway me.
I literally don't know how, because I'm trying to sway you in opinion of fantasy, not even opinion of anything else. I love mythology. That's my shit.
Mm-hmm.
I get down with that hard and heavy, and that's all Danmachi is. It's nothing but several different pantheons of mythology coming together.
That was my second choice.
It's several different pantheons of mythology coming together to give gifts to children. I don't want to vote for Danmachi because I think it's won twice now.
If that's just how it is, that's
And
just how it is.
just it's kind of like a Danmachi circle drink for these awards. But I can make good points for every category it won. And I can make points for why I liked it more than the other things in the category. And that's like what's really hard about it. I'm glad we didn't have it as anime of the year because I don't think it is. I don't think it stands with what we chose, but
It does good at what it does.
it does phenomenally. And I just I don't know, Hestia. There you go. there's the swear.
Hestia is Bestia.
There's the swear. Hestia's Bestia.
You haven't seen Helk, so I can't even make an
The
argument.
one problem with Hestia right now is the fact she was hardly in the second part. Like maybe a total of 5 minutes.
But like here
That's
comes
what
all right. Here
sucks.
comes the whole problem. We're gonna go. Hey Alex, argue your opinion. He's gonna look at us, go Love Live, and we're gonna go. Yeah, you're right. I don't know how.
That's a win.
I mean, we did get the fucking tan mommy with the big sword.
More of her, yeah.
Or
Like a lot.
We got a lot of plot with the elf.
Yeah.
what do I really like? A lot.
I mean, like,
I'll go Danmachi too.
I mean, I can change my opinion to Yohane, and I wouldn't really be mad.
I don't know if it's deserved.
But I don't know if it's true to my heart of
Yeah.
saying that.
It's like, I kind of want to go Danmachi too. I'm going Danmachi. I'm going Danmachi.
Best fantasy goes to Danmachi.
It's because I had to nerf myself from Ancient Magus' friend.
Yeah. I don't think we would have got anywhere.
No, like there has to be some compromise somewhere.
No, we wouldn't. It would have been a stalemate at 3.
This is a fun one.
This
And
is gonna be
I
fun.
did the amazing job of selling.
I think this next
drama,
category I was
so.
the most excited for.
That is
So excited.
biggest flop by floor.
Big flop.
Biggest flop of the anime season goes to The Inexperienced You and the Experienced Me, Yuri Is My Job, Inspector Season 2, Stardust Telepath, and To Your Eternity Season 2 with no runner-ups.
Because these were literally the worst shows of the whole
They
fucking.
literally
Yeah.
all did terrible.
All right. Well, all right. When we say worst shows, they're shows that we went in with expectations of them being good, and they were bad. This is not like just these shows sucked ass. Because if that was, this would be a lot longer. There's a
So
lot of shit
I
that
know
are bad.
which one I'm going to eliminate. I'm going to eliminate the Inexperienced You because when I went into it initially, I really liked it. The next episode I really liked. The next episode I really liked. It wasn't until way later in the show that my opinion on it started to sway because of various reasons that we've talked about. And then the last episode they hit us was awesome. So it flopped to a certain degree, but it also was really fun to watch for a decent portion of the show.
I think I agree with that. It was good. It mostly met my expectations until a point, and then it dropped, and then it low-key redeemed itself.
Shouts Ishii.
Yeah, shouts Nishi. He
He's
went,
the only one I cared about. I wanted him to be happy. And there was only one girl that I really liked because she was the only one that wasn't a fucking idiot.
Like, here's the thing, dude. Like, the show definitely flopped. Like, I loved Runa in the beginning. She was
I did
awesome.
too.
I was like, wow, she's awesome.
I just want to make sure that we all agree. Overall, we do consider it a flop.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's a
absolutely.
I
flop.
just want to
As
make
a
sure
flop.
because
Yeah.
I don't want you saying I want to eliminate because I don't think it's a flop.
No.
As
It
long
was-
as you say it's a
'Cause
flop,
it did.
I'm fine with you
It
taking
did.
off the
Like,
list.
overall, I'm disappointed.
Okay.
Overall.
I'm
But,
fine with you taking off the list then. That's all I wanted.
I loved Runa, but then, like, she kept being an idiot, man. And, like, you know what's a problem when a side character is way fucking better than the main? Like, by miles.
or when you bitch about the main every like, it was like 3 weeks in a row. We're like, dude, this again?
Yeah.
Like, are you serious? Like,
I think we all remember the Bumblebee,
we do remember the Bumblebee.
Bumblebee.
and she was
Hachimitsu.
better. Hachimitsu was way better
Yeah.
than the main girl.
But,
So
but
it's
like,
the
I
same
went
thing.
into that show hating it because I saw,
And I ended that show hating
saw
it.
fucking what's-his-face right off rip. And, like, who's this
Izumi.
bitch? Izumi. Yeah, fucking Izumi.
Yuri. Oh, yeah, go on.
I was gonna say I am actually going to put a foot forward. I'm gonna take Stardust Telepath off because the last episode was everything that I wanted from that show. It flopped bad.
I don't
It
think
did flop.
it wasn't like horrible to watch,
No,
but what it did not meet
any
what we
expectations.
promised or what we were promised. We were promised Yuri. It did
Girls
not
love.
deliver.
There was
Yuri.
no girls love.
It was also just like fairly boring for the most part.
The last episode was everything that I wanted, and while it flopped terribly, I can't discount the last episode.
Yeah.
Yuri Is My Job.
That was an interesting one because there were
just-
parts because remember the first episode I was like, okay, this is cool, and like as it progressed it just got worse. There was no like oh, it has a redeeming factor later in the show. It was just like cool, okay, blah 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 blah. You know what I mean?
Grew
Like,
to be so boring.
it was a continuous climb downwards.
My worst part about Yuri Is My Job is that I was like, oh, the first episode, that was fine. Like, it wasn't anything amazing. It was fine. But then as it went on, I went back and looked at the first episode. I was like, wait, this whole thing is fucking stupid.
Yeah.
She's getting yelled at from episode 1 to like episode 4 because she got hired for a job that she wasn't even close to being eligible to do and was never taught anything.
Literally got forced to
And
do.
she literally got yelled at the whole time because
Yeah.
of it.
It was just not great.
It was just not
It just
good.
wasn't.
Did not deliver.
It didn't deliver.
And I will say for that show I had high expectations.
I think it's a flop by our standards, but I think in terms of just in general, if it's a flop,
Yeah, some people might disagree.
I'm sure people will disagree about Stardust Telepath and Inexperienced You as well.
Well, they need
but,
to
like-
put their glasses on because those were very
Well,
clear.
Inexperienced You, I can. My Sarah's calling me. I'm not answering right now. She can wait.
But I think those 3 shows didn't flop as hard as the other,
other
two
two.
that were here.
And I think this is where the real.
I
This is going to be a battle, I think.
vote To Your Eternity.
I was
I
going to
vote
say
To
I
Your
vote To Your
Eternity.
Eternity too.
Because if you remember, when Inspector ended, I said out loud when they announced season 2, I said this isn't going to be good because there's nothing that they can go from. They're not going to lead off right into the next part.
And
I
they
can
went
feel
from
it.
nowhere. they
And
went nowhere.
Season 1 of Inspector, like, we all enjoyed it, but it was not as good as To Your Eternity Season 1.
No.
And it didn't deliver. Like, there were still some funny bits in Inspector Season 2. I was like, oh, okay. Like, I remember this character. It was a fun time to an extent. To Your Eternity Season 2, it was such a disappointment from what I was expecting from the first season that I was just upset almost every fucking episode.
Like, they took a show that was so great and just shoved it in the dirt in every way possible. Imagine if reruns next season just sucked dick, and that's what happened with that. Like, To Your Eternity had such an interesting plot. You grew attached to all these really characters. I mean,
There was this whole wild thing going on, and
Yeah.
then season 2 came, and I was like, Fushi's just an asshole.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's just a dickhead.
like they
just sucks.
completely changed his character.
If you can make me almost pretty much cry season 1 and then season 2 make me just think this fucking sucks, then you flopped hard.
more than once in season 1, there were a lot of
Multiple
emotional
times.
parts. I mean, the first fucking episode,
The
they
first
came
fucking
out
episode
swinging.
was hard to get through.
And you know, like the characters in season 2, I liked Bonsama a lot.
Mm-hmm.
He really grew on me. At first I hated him, but he really grew on me. He was the only character I mildly gave a shit about.
Yeah,
Everyone in season 1, I was like, they're fantastic.
Because then they just kind of threw other characters in there, like, this guy can't feel anything. Like,
Yeah.
congrats. I don't know what you want me to say to you.
I mean, they really took a show that had a lot of promise, like, to go down in history, honestly, and they fucked it up.
And now Fushi's in 2023.
Yeah, like, you really.
And now we're in modern day New York fucking city. Holy shit.
You cannot flop.
I
more
forgot,
than that.
dude. Fuck you.
Doesn't that make you nice and angry?
You cannot flop more than two.
That final episode, I got so pissed, and they're like, "We're making a season 3," and I thought, "No."
They should
Don't.
have stopped at season 1. Like,
They
it should have
should've.
been done. It
Yeah.
should have left me on a cliffhanger. I would have been so much happier.
I think we all agree To Your
Oh, yeah.
Eternity
To Your Eternity.
is a
Eternity
big
season two.
winner for the biggest flop.
Winner for big flop.
I think some people are going to get angry about that one.
I think they're idiots.
There's
because
people that like it, and I don't know how.
I know. I'm
They
so
need to open
confused.
their
I can point out problems with
Before
them.
we do this, I do have to piss again. I've been sipping tea all night, gentlemen.
Sipping tea, baby.
sipping tea.
I'm kind of cold, so I'll run. Go make myself warm.
I am.
the alarm's on. I'm going to trigger it.
Turn it off.
I am glad that we started earlier.
I am too.
'Cause
It's already on.
Holy
like
shit, it's
9:32.
She called me because she wanted my high dive login, so I texted it to
Oh
her.
really? Isn't it Walrus 46 exclamation point?
2 exclamation points. She said, "Never mind, I'm a genius hacker." What are you going to watch? Answer now. She and I have been watching Wasteful Days of High School Girls together.
Oh really?
Yeah, we've only got 2 episodes left.
I've seen the title of the show. I haven't seen
Yeah, it's on High Dive. It is like the slice of life of slice of life.
Mm-hmm.
It's silly, it's goofy.
It looks
it's
fun.
It is fun, but it is an epitome of slice of life.
Yeah.
I might do it as an anime of the week.
Did you do it?
I'm watching it now.
What the?
No,
I
as
think it's because
an.
you told me you were watching it now, so I looked it up. I think. Yeah, because I remember seeing the fucking title for it. Like the,
It's on High Dive.
what's the-
It should literally be like on one of the like still watching or whatever. Yeah,
Yeah, I remember seeing that.
that might be my next anime of the week, depending on what I watch next.
Flippy. This next one's gonna be tough because I heard a lot of great things about one of those particular shows, or 2 of them, and I didn't watch them. I wish.
All right.
Did we purchase it?
I didn't even stop it.
They've been purchased.
I'll do this one.
We got bought
because-
out by fucking Amazon, guys.
Oh no! Oh no! Oh no!
Yeah,
we don't get
finally.
piss breaks anymore.
No.
So next is a category that we actually just decided to come up with, like 4 days ago,
Mhm.
Yeah.
and we call it Underdog Anime of the Year. This is the category that kind of describes shows that we didn't really have a lot of expectations for going into them, and we just decided to watch them on a whim, and they exceeded everything we could have expected for the show, and ended up being something that we could honestly say we recommend this highly. This category includes Handyman Saito in Another World, Dangers in My Heart, Insomniacs After School, Helk, and Tear Moon Empire.
So I feel like, I just want to put this out there. 3 of these I did not watch, but I feel like one of them that I did not watch is going to win because I've heard like nothing but good things about it.
Is
I
it
think
Insomniacs?
Or all of them.
I think you might be surprised by my answer.
Are you talking about Insomniacs?
No, all 3 of them. I think one of those 3 is going to be the winner. I don't think Dangers or Tear Moon. I think one of those 3 is going to be the winner.
That's rough.
I'm not going to choose Dangers because while I didn't know what I was getting into, I knew it was a rom-com. I fucking love rom-coms. Yeah. It's pretty rare that they suck ass as bad as Shikimori. Mm-hmm. I knew it wasn't going to be that. Like, just looking at it, I'm like, this won't be Shikimori.
I love how that's the epitome of shit.
That was just bad.
So my personal opinions for Tear Moon, and I'm not just saying it because it's like one of the only ones I watched. I'm generally really surprised with how much I like Tear Moon because it's usually not my particular type of show, being like the kind of fantasy setting.
I'm honestly unironically leaning towards Tear Moon.
But like
I might persuade you.
I'm pleasantly really surprised by it. Like that's like my personal opinion. I think Tear Moon's a really, really good show.
I actually do think it is a good show. Mm-hmm. Like not just from my opinion of having fun. I think it has sustenance.
Yeah, it does.
I'm choosing Handyman Saito in Another World.
That's the other one that I was leaning
knew
towards.
it.
The 3 in the middle.
That was the one.
The 3 in the middle, which is funny because I'm leaning towards one that only Alex and I watched, or one that only Anthony and I watched.
Yeah.
For Handyman Saito, I went into this show because the picture's a man in like a gray jumpsuit with like a fucking wrench, and there's like a fire behind him, and the gang of wizard and whatever else is there. And I'm like, this is going to be goofy, stupid. It's probably not going to be too great. But getting into the show, it got so
serious,
meaty and serious. I was not expecting it, and it was really good and kept me intrigued, and it was sad, and there were happy moments, and I was like, what the fuck this is a handyman in another world. How did we get here? Like, the wizard's backstory was sad as fuck, and it blew me away with like what it was compared to what I thought it would be.
It really brought me to like how I feel about Restaurant in Another World, where you think it's going to be like the silly, goofy thing, but then there's all these characters that have really serious backstories to them. Like, it's a silly premise with this very like serious undertones the whole time.
But I didn't choose Helk because I thought I was getting into something serious, and I got this fairly serious, but with a lot of lighthearted, funny ha-has. But the Handyman Saito really just like threw a curveball at me. And really, I haven't seen Tear Moon, so I can't say, but you guys do talk about pretty good.
I haven't seen Handyman.
Fight for my vote.
Dude, honestly, I almost want to give it to Handyman.
I'm sincerely in between two, like dead ass directly down the middle. I'm currently not very swayed.
Like, I really like Tear Moon Empire. It's awesome. I think the reasons behind what she's doing what she's doing are like really cool because I've never. I mean, it seems like a basic premise, but I've never really seen that premise before, where basically she's trying to stop herself from being killed by the guillotine because of an uprising, so she has to do everything in a different way and change relationships on how she used to act. I think that's really fucking cool. It has really good comedy. It has really good serious parts. All the characters are really cool. But there's something about Handyman Saito from the way everyone talks about it, not just you guys, from a lot of the stuff I've seen on Reddit, that just made it seem better. It stuck out a little more. You know what I mean?
It's kind of like Imagine Vending Machine Isekai, but like good.
Like
Sword.
Yeah, Fran. High key.
Like, I mean, like Handyman Saito. When you think of Handyman in Another World, you're like, oh, that's going to be a goofy, funny show. And it was like this journey that you guys seem to have taken. Like, Tear Moon Empire seems like it would have been more of a serious show. We get a lot more comedy than I thought, but it does have its serious parts. I think if you want to go with a show that seemed to like kind of reach more people, I think Handyman is probably the one.
I think I'm gonna go Handyman.
This is the only one it made it to, but I'm glad it made it somewhere.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna go with Handyman. And it's because it did something so different from any other show that I've seen. Where the first Was it 4 or 5 episodes?
It was like 5 episodes.
5 episodes? It was like a series of shorts.
It
which
was.
is
It was really
super
interesting.
weird. It's so strange. I thought that's how the whole show was going to be for the whole time. But they kept, like, here's a short of these characters. Here's a short of these characters. And you got, like, all these characters' stories. And it was done in such a weird way. But you got to know these characters. You got to understand who they were, what they did, why they're doing what they're doing. Like, everything about the backstory of the characters you got from these series of shorts. And then it comes all together at around episode 6 to create a story. So you get your like silly, goofy one-offs, like, haha, this is the strongest wizard in the world. He uses a dragon tooth. He hits people with it. He doesn't use
He doesn't
magic.
use the magic.
He doesn't use magic. He hits people with it. And shit like that. And then it goes to like, this man is dying and there's nothing you can do about it. Have fun figuring out what to do now.
Handyman. I think it deserves it.
I'm giving it to him.
Handyman Saito in another world.
If you've learned nothing from this episode, if you're still here somehow after 2 hours, Handyman Saito is worth the watch.
You got the big one up. Big kahuna.
Big anime of the year.
One of them's in there because it has to be.
Yeah, it's
We don't have the
we
choice.
can't have it not in the
It's
list.
the only one I typed out completely incorrectly. I guess Heavenly Delusion I did, but
And
and
Oshinoko.
Skip and Loafer. But those are like 3 words.
Yeah.
So this year's anime of the year's contenders are Oshinoko, 100 Girlfriends Who Really, 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 Really Love Me.
Too many reallys.
Damn, this is only
How many are
It's
there?
5.
5? Okay, note taken. Heavenly Delusion, Skip and Loafer, Gundam, The Witch from Mercury, Johanna the Parhelion, Sunshine in the Mirror, and The Vexations of a Shut-In Vampire Princess. All of these shows, the gang felt were the best animes to come out this year, and I wholeheartedly agree.
This is gonna suck.
Because we know it. We all know it comes down to 2.
Mm-hmm.
100%. They're like,
Yeah, I know.
I don't think this one's that hard for me.
all right, I'm gonna do it this way.
It's just tough because every single show.
They're
is
all
great.
amazing.
Every
They're
all
single
Right,
fucking
one's
great.
So good.
I'm gonna say Oshinoko and 100 Girlfriends are probably the ones I would give closest to a 10, if not a 10.
Yes.
Heavenly Delusion, I'd probably give around an 8.5
Mm-hmm.
to a 9. So I'm gonna cut it just because it's a whole point difference is dramatic.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna cut that. Skip and Loafer, I probably give a 9.
Yeah.
Cut it. Gundam was really good, probably another 8.5.
Mm-hmm.
Cut. Johanna the Parhelion is an instant 10.
11.
11 even. 11 out of 10. There's no way that like
So
anything
it can't be in the
beats
category because
So it can't
it's
be
so
in the
good.
category. It literally breaks. It's the it's the amp for Guitar
Yeah,
Hero.
yeah.
So it got disqualified.
It kind of
because
gets
it's too good.
disqualified for being too good.
Right.
It's like anime of the decade.
And
a little bit.
Vexations is probably the closest one I would give. I'm probably giving it like a 9 to a 9.5. As and these are all like serious ratings for me.
Yeah.
I'm not saying these as memes, except for obviously Johanna. It's not.
We just like it.
It's actually like a 15.
Yeah, it's not a 12. It's like a 40, but
Yeah.
I'm playing it down. But if you want serious, out of the serious ones that we added into the category, those are my actual ratings for them. So that's why it comes down to Oshinoko
Yeah.
and 100 Girlfriends for
I
me.
do. There's one show in particular that I really want to point out that blew everyone away, and I think you guys should all watch it. And that's Skip and Loafer. It really
I
is.
say Heavenly Delusion.
It's
like-
Skip and Loafer, dude. For me, for me, it's Skip and Loafer. That show, like we all, what do you expect when you think Skip and Loafer? You don't expect the type of show that we got. You
I
expect
wanna-
a kind of comedy type of thing with not a lot of sustenance. But what we got was like some of the greatest character building I've ever seen, with side characters that everyone loves, a wonderful animation and story. And just, there's nothing about that show that I would change. Skip and Loafer defied every expectation that I had about it, and I just want more of it.
I do want to throw out that I would say Heavenly Delusion and Skip and Loafer are 2 shows that we threw on here that were not talked about.
No.
Period.
No.
Those are-
Especially Heavenly Delusion,
It
I
got
think more
way
so.
swept under the bus.
Those are 2 probably the most underrated shows of the year.
Yeah,
And people
easily.
saying like other shows are underrated on Reddit and shit are fucking stupid.
like, oh, Oshinoko's so underrated.
Dark Gathering's underrated. It
Yeah.
was the top of the list for like the
For
full
weeks.
first 12 episodes.
They can't read on Reddit, dude.
They don't know. They
not
can't go
their
back.
fault.
You can't go back in time to see things on the internet.
No.
Once it's gone forever. Once I can't see it anymore, it doesn't exist.
Yeah.
My object permanence is really bad.
Yeah, they're like
Peekaboo's super
like-
effective
they're
on
like
me.
fish.
Although Skip and Loafer, when it was airing, was being rated pretty high. That's why I picked it up, because I saw it on there. I'm like, what is this colorful looking thing? And I
It's
did pick
weird
it
you
up,
don't see
but it didn't.
discussions.
Yeah, it didn't have staying power in those communities.
Yeah.
Yeah,
which is very unfortunate.
it'd be like 2 weeks. It would be really high, and then it would just be gone.
Like right when the season it was in ended, you didn't hear about it.
No.
And I wish people talked about it more because it
Heavenly
really
Delusion, you
was.
didn't hear about it at all.
No, Heavenly
No, it
Delusion was
got-
like a ghost,
Thanks.
and that's a shame because that was a fucking damn good show.
It kind of got the summertime rendering effect.
But not
100%.
Not as bad.
Yeah.
but not as bad, and also there's shows better than it this
There
year.
are.
Unlike Summertime Rendering, where like this is like the most underrated show of the entire year. It got
Yeah.
shafted hard, and it's actually like the best show of the year.
So let's stick with Oshinoko and 100 Girlfriends.
Yeah. So I know my answer. I've thought about it a lot, and I know my answer.
I know my answer. Luke, do you know your answer?
No, because I've thought about this since we made this list, and I cannot figure out which one to go with.
So I'm going with Oshinoko for a multitude of reasons. It's not discounting 100 Girlfriends. I love 100 Girlfriends. There's nothing I see wrong with it. But when it comes to anime of the year, Oshinoko takes the cake. I take myself back to when I watched that first episode. You fucking found yourself crying right at the end. You found yourself attached to not only I, but her kids, people she was around, the manager. It was just the whole first episode could have been a whole anime, and they did it so well. They didn't rush through anything. It was paced perfectly, and that first episode set the tone for the whole show, which was just perfection. Like everything about Oshinoko was great. The music, the choreography and the dancing, the animation, the color, the character design, the voice acting. Like, they did not like drop the bar on anything. And like it had comedy aspects, it had extremely serious aspects, it had very sad aspects, and it had like really touching moments. And it has a very good, great like plot to what it's going towards. Like, how do you get any cooler than I'm going to kill my dad who killed my mom because I was reborn as her baby? Like, it's so interesting. I don't see how you can like get any more interesting and crazy like that. That's wild.
I can give you 6 reasons.
Is yours actually 100 Girlfriends?
No, it's Oshinoko.
Okay.
And it's pretty much for the exact same reasons Alex said. Like, this really holds no merit, but I think if a show drops a longer than 20-minute episode right off rip, it's a good sign. It's
Yeah.
a very good sign.
Look at Freerun.
Free Ren, Oshinoko.
Freeman did 4 episodes.
Yeah, they went crazy with it. And
That
it
is like the best show I've ever seen
exactly,
in my life.
Yeah.
it
Of any
stands.
media.
So
Yeah.
Next year's going to be crazy.
Any media, I've never seen a better show.
Next year's anime of the year is going to be really easy.
it's good. Yeah, I
You're-
think I low key think it's gonna be.
I mean, you're saying that now, but we still don't even know what all's coming out
Yeah.
next year, too.
I know, but I just have a feeling.
I do have a feeling. I'm interested as how Solo Leveling is going to be.
I am too.
Because, I mean, that's like extremely high. That was a number 1, I think it's a manhwa. It was like number 1 for months.
Yeah.
Like, apparently the story is stupid good.
Yeah. But we won't get into Freerun.
No. We're not.
As much
Not
as I
yet,
want to
at
talk about
least.
elf
We're not going to get into next year at all.
Yeah.
we're
As much as I
getting.
want to talk about elf feet and fern.
It is Oshinoko.
When she gave them. Anyway, I need to
that picture.
drop it.
For the exact same reasons Alex mentioned. I just remember watching that first episode when shit went crazy south. I think you don't know what I'm talking about. Spoiler alert: she gets stabbed and dies. I was like jaw on the floor.
I was
I had
too.
to sit there and process
I
it.
had no fucking idea.
Meanwhile, my eyes are tearing up. I'm like, no, please no. And then when we meet the other characters, i.e. Aqua and Ruby, I'm like, yo, they're fucking awesome. And then they start making friends, and then I like all the other friends. There's nothing even remotely bad about that show that I can critique. Nothing at all. The art looks amazing. The music is amazing.
I got one thing, dude. She gets stabbed in episode 1, right? You ready for this? You ready for this?
Yeah.
Aqua was a fucking doctor. You're telling me he didn't put any pressure on that wound at all, period? He just let her bleed out there? Argument made.
Well,
No,
Argument
that
made.
makes an argument for babies are fucking useless.
Well, that also makes an argument for he knew exactly where she got stabbed, and he knew there was nothing he could do. He points out where she got stabbed.
Gay.
Shut up.
No, that wasn't a serious argument by any means. I think about it sometimes. About
Yeah,
how,
I thought about that when I first saw it.
when I
Like, why
first
isn't he
saw
doing
it,
anything?
I was pissed.
Yeah.
I got really mad.
But to me, Oshinoko is that one show that will be remembered. And that's not to say like any of these shows won't. I'm not trying to discredit anything here.
Oh, 100 Girlfriends, a show we will remember. 100%.
100
We're getting
yeah.
a second season of it.
We definitely will.
We should
And
get 100 seasons of it.
we should get.
He's up to what, 57 girlfriends?
27 right now.
Girlfriends?
Maybe it's the next One Piece. I wouldn't even be mad.
Wouldn't that be awesome?
Could you imagine 1,000 fucking episodes of 100 Girlfriends who really, 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 really love you?
I would love that. I would love that so much.
So this is where my problem comes in with like anime of the year as a category in general is they're 10 out of 10s for different reasons.
Yes.
Yeah, they're
Entirely.
two very
Yeah, they
different
are.
shows.
Entirely. We talk about 100 Girlfriends all the fucking time. We talk about Oshinoko all the fucking time. They're two shows that we have very deep deep thoughts for, but for completely different reasons. And so it comes down to like more feeling than show quality, because I would say they're arguably on par in quality.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
probably.
100%.
And in quality, I would say that they're on par. So, like, taking that out and going straight towards your feelings towards the show, I'm going to go with Oshinoko, which is, I mean, I don't know how surprising that is for, like, how people typecast us.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
know.
But I think back to how the first episode, like, bothered me for a whole week. Like, I thought about it for a whole week and almost cried for a whole week every time I thought about it. And then how every episode you would get to the end and something crazy would fucking happen, and then it would start the ED, which was really good.
I
Yeah.
loved that ED
The
so much.
And you're sitting there like, huh? And you're just like jaw agape, just staring at the TV. Like, I don't know what the fuck to feel right now at all this shit. Covering serious tones was really well for it. They did it really well. And a lot of it was just like, just hit closer to home for a lot of it. So that's why I'm going with it. Just kidding, Johanna the Parhelion gets my vote.
Yeah,
You fucking
guys,
idiots.
Johanna the Parhelion
You guys
is the
got
winner.
baited. You thought we were going to be serious and talk about like a show that had serious points. No.
Catch my Oshi being a cat burglar.
Catch my Oshi being a literal fucking wizard mage.
Catch my Oshi getting shot out of a cannon.
You?
Not you.
Not
but
you.
Watanabe.
Yeah, you. Not you.
Watanabe.
Watanabe.
Otanokizaka's
Chika
ruined
had a
us.
gun, guys.
Otanokizaka's ruined us.
I know.
All right, Oshinoko's the winner.
Let's go through, recap
Yep.
what we did here.
For all of those that skipped to the end.
All right. Best OP of the year went to Yohane the Parhelion, Sunshine in the Mirror, with Genjitsu Mysterium by Aquars.
Aquars.
Luke.
Oh, we're actually reading about who did.
Yeah, I want to give
Well,
everyone
I
a...
didn't know.
It's all right.
Okay.
I just want to give everyone a fair chance.
All
here.
right, best ED goes to the 100 Girlfriends Who Really, 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 Really Love You with Sweet Sign by Nako Misaki.
The best score goes to Mobile Suit Gundam Witch from Mercury.
Best continuing series we gave to Duke of Death and his maid.
Best new series went to Onimai.
Best animation went to Jujutsu Kaisen Season 2.
Best character design went to the 100 Girlfriends Who Really, 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 Really Love You. I'm going to say the whole title every fucking time. You can't stop me.
You should. Best girl went to Terakamori Ganda's Blood from Vexations of a Shut-In Vampire Princess.
Shots Wemmy.
Shouts Wemmy. We love Wemmy.
And Memcho.
Wemmy.
And Memcho.
Best boy went to Sosuke Shima from Skip and Loafer.
Still stand Rentaro, but that doesn't mean.
Best character
Bum,
went to Akira Tendo from Zom 100, Bucket List of the Dead.
Must protect at all costs character went to Komeko from Konosuba.
Best action went to Don Machi.
Best drama went to The Ancient Magus' Bride Season 2.
Best comedy went to Konosuba Explosion Time.
Best romance went to Dangers in My Heart.
Best fantasy went to Don Machi.
Biggest flop goes to Your Eternity Season 2.
Who's doing these last two?
Luke did this one.
Underdog anime of the year went to Handyman Saito in Another World.
Tip, give us what is that anime of the year?
Anime of the year goes to Oshinoko.
Or as some people see in videos, I say Oshinoko, and I'm like,
Oshinoko.
there's 3 different words there.
Oshinoko.
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 Yeah, Oshinoko, that's a pretty
Oshinoko.
good show.
So that wraps up the
Oshinoko?
I'm curious, what was the one last year that?
So that wraps up the Hello Harem 2023 Anime Awards. Like I said earlier in the episode, you guys are going to be able to vote yourself on these categories once we get that ready and to go. So, yeah, that was intense. I'm sweating.
The one that tied
I'm
last
cold,
year was
actually.
Best OP.
I'm cold too.
What were they?
It was Rumbling from Attack on Titan, Kickback from Chainsaw Man, and Over from Date Alive.
I love how we put Keck next to him. Like,
I was Date Alive. I remember that for a fact. And I want to say
I
you were
was
Rumbling
Rumbling.
and you were Kickback.
Yeah. What was
I want to listen to the Akiba Maid War one. I can't remember what
that
it
one?
was.
That one's hard as fuck.
That one is hard as fuck.
I remember that one. It's hard as fuck.
I gotta listen to it again.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was sick. Maybe we'll come back next week and have a new vote on that after
Yeah.
we re-listen to all of them. But
So
Anyway.
that's the end of the episode, guys. Luke.
Sencho, I'm still single, still willing to be married.
Ozerlane, we will be sending you, or Yostar will be sending you an email. We would really like you to do the rerun event with the Hololive.
Yeah, actually.
I need Sencho,
Yeah.
so I can actually marry her.
And in Ozerlane, you guys can join our guild.
We haven't shouted that out since episode 10.
Yeah, it's been
Well,
like forever.
We have a guild. You guys can join.
We do have a guild. It's
Well, you-
awesome.
Guild.
You gotta meet some standards though. Like, just let anyone.
You need Guam.
Yeah, we kind of let everybody. That's-
Like, do you have Laffy too?
Yeah, if you don't, you might as well fuck off.
I have Laffy too.
I
And
have-
Laffy
I have
too.
Laffy
I have
too,
Laffy
and
too.
Laffy too.
And Laffy too.
Wow.
She's in a bunny girl outfit for me. I'm just
Fucking
like,
epic.
I'm just trying.
Yeah,
to,
she's
I'm,
epic.
I mean, not trying
She's
to.
sleepy.
Her song goes crazy fucking
It does
hard.
go so hard.
Dude, don't call her lazy. She's just sleepy.
Yeah. Come on, please. Hop,
Anyway.
hop, 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 hop.
I love Ozerlane so
Well, guys, that is
much.
the end. This is the final episode of the Hello Arm Podcast 2023. We want to thank you guys for 3 years of epic anime moments. And
We are never
fun
coming
times.
back.
This is the last episode, guys. No, just kidding. But thank you for 3 years of Hello Harem podcast moments. Thank you, everyone, for listening for these 3 years. We look forward to 2024. And, yeah, it's always
Stay
fun.
horny.
Yeah, stay horny.
Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you found anything interesting or funny in the
Yeah,
episode.
the call to action after
Yeah.
2 hours,
Yeah.
baby.
Make sure to hit the
2.5
bell button. And we will see you guys next year in 2024 with more anime.
Tomorrow morning when your dealer says, what do you have? Say, that's the ribbon. What else?
Finger guns.